What is up, everybody? It is Coach Gravy. Welcome to the Raider Nation Live 8 o'clock show. We did it an hour early. Me and Gabe will be here. We got a special guest with us. I'm talking this Raider game. Haven't been with you in a while since I think maybe last Tuesday. Um, but we got a lot of info. Some may think not, but I think not. But maybe we'll get back into the swing of things as soon as we get further on this month and see what's up. Um, First of all, I want to say that Low he has a gig tonight. DJ Khaled is in Sanger, California. Um, I guess they have cruise night for St. Patrick's Day, making that dough, and he's probably doing a great job over there. So it's just gonna be me, Gabe, and our special guest. Our special guest is already here. Gabe had something to do, so he'll show up a little bit later so we can talk more about this Raider game. But I want to bring on my guest to see what's up. Um, as you know, he's been with us for a while. Oh yeah, and then hit the like button. Hit the three of us. Raider Gabe 420, Coach Gravy, and Raider Nation Live. That's Lowe's channel. So I'll bring on my special guest. He's extra special because he talks Raider game, and I know this means deep to him. So here we go with Auntie Six, man. What's up, bro?
What's up, Gravy? How you doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone.
Did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? What'd you do today, bro?
I smoked a lot of green, so you
That's
know what I
it.
mean. I'm pretty up and shit. You know what I mean. I ain't wearing no green. It's
You
in
got
me.
you got a lot of green in you.
Yes, sir.
Instead
It
of
started
you're
this
not
morning.
showing
Bright and early. Now, I'm not
it.
showing it, but it's in me. Believe me. If you can see my eyes, you can tell.
All right, cool. Well, let me get to the chat. You guys holler at us early. Robert Pena, what's up, man?
Shout out to everyone in the chat.
Freddie,
Paul,
Freddie
Jesse,
Chavez connected. Raider fan. Protect the shield. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Sean, the man with all the info. Sean Johnson. Cool Kev, what's up, man? Thanks for being here this evening. SoCal Sal, Ray Love, Egalitarian, everybody telling Raider Paul, Steve DeLuna, Raiders Allegiance. What's up, brother? How you doing, Lou? Great show last
how you
night
doing,
talking
bro?
about all that seal tight and all that stuff, man. They had me rolling. I don't stay up that late, bro, but you guys have me rolling. Ray Love, again. John, what's up, man? How are you doing? Thanks for being here. Raider Romero, what's up? Mr. Took Your Soul.
How you doing? Took
Stokies
your
with
soul.
gravy, kind of in a way. Don't get mad, Low be back. Low might pop in here and there, so don't get mad. You know what I mean? He might be here. Phil Raider, man, salute. Let's see what else we got. Everybody telling each other what's up. Auntie Six told you. Chris told you what's up, Auntie Six.
What's up, Chris? Shout out to
Space
everyone in the
Beast.
chat.
What's up, Space Beast?
What's
Raider
up,
Nation
Beast?
Live. There's my boy, Raider Nation Live.
What's up,
DJ
Low?
Caleb.
DJ
DJ
Khaled.
Caleb for the night.
Yes, sir. Getting that money. Shout out to Low.
I got the main man up in the mix, man. Can't do anything without him. My homeboy, Raider Gabe. What's up? How
Scruggy.
you doing, bro?
Hey,
Chilling, chilling.
Gabe,
Just
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that jacket. That shit fly, dog. That shit fly.
There you go.
Jesse
How you doing?
Cardenas. What's up? Dirty Low saying hit the like button. Salute to the chat circus. What's going on, bro? Everybody telling each other what's up, man. Great start of the great. All eyes on G. My Fresno partner, man. Eric Raiders hater Hunter / Erica. What's up? Welcome to the show. Sub to each of us, Raider Gay 420, Coach Gravy, Raider Nation Live, and my man Auntie Six coming up with great Raider game. You see Will we go? Will we go with this? Thrill something. I seen that. Well, Thrill, what's up, man? Welcome. Like I said, sub, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button so we got something going on. Look at the dirty low calling me up.
He's calling you in your live.
What you calling me up for? I can't do this with you right now. Hold on.
So go to your mouse real quick. It took me to fucking what call it?
Huh?
Camera.
My camera's messed up. My camera's cool. Yeah.
It's one of the little gray ones on the bottom tab, and if you can't see it, then go to there's a little arrow box that's going down, and it should have it there. That should be able to set it up to where you're straight across.
Okay.
You see it? Now you're straight across. Maybe.
I hear you, bro. I'm trying to.
Okay. Let me see.
I see it. Hold on. All right. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
Quit bugging me. I'm doing a show right now, Lo. Dude, you're messing me up. Can you hear him? It's the respect I get for doing a show, guys. You guys are hearing them. You guys are hearing how I get treated. See? You guys know how I get treated.
It's all right, Gravy.
Everybody
Come on
saying
to
get
the
up.
RWO, dog. We'll take Gravy to the RW. Come on here, dog. We'll treat you better, dog.
Okay, man. Dolphins for life. What's up, man? All right, bro. I'll talk to you later. Have a good gig. All right. Trying to
Fucking
help me
dropped
while
all my
I'm doing this shit. Artie Raider, man. What's up, Joseph Barger? Darkside 209. Dolphins for life, our homie. What's up, man? Circus. There's a lot of people up in here. Leaky, what's up, bro? Here we go. Sean Johnson with the first question.
Damn, I have to
How's it going,
fucking get some. I have to get some new weed now because I just dropped all of my shit. Fuck it.
Oh,
Pick it up, brother. Pick it up. Darkside
Alright.
209. What's up?
I'll go get my. I'll just go get some out of the
Pyro.
big.
What's up, Pyro? How you doing, brother? It looks like that's about it. Everybody tell what's up. I'll try to get to the chat as much as I can. I'm not dogging you. I just want to talk this Raider game with my boys. We had a brief interruption by DJ Khaled, but he's a special guest too. So game 110. What's up? I said what's up to Jesse Cardenas. All right, guys. Let's see what's up. What we got going here. How do you feel so far? Auntie Six, how do you feel so far about what's been going on with free agency? How do you
First,
feel so
thanks for
far?
having me
And
on.
give me an overall grade. What you think we got?
All right, for sure. Thanks for having me on, Gravy. Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to DJ Kelly. Shout out to everyone in the chat. To be honest with you, fuck, man, I'm gonna give an incomplete grade right now, dog, because you know what I mean. This offseason hasn't it's not finished yet. The draft hasn't happened. You know what I mean. So I want to say if I had to give it a grade, I'd probably see it a C. You know what I mean. It's still some holes to fill, but not really big ones in my opinion, because we do have a right tackle in Mumford in house. The only position that really bothers me right now is a cornerback and right guard. You know what I mean? There's only two positions that really bother me and shit. You know what I mean? Besides that, everything else is pretty cool in my book. I would like another running back in here because I'm not ready to give fucking Zamir White fucking hoping for him to stay healthy the whole season. You know what I mean? I know how everybody's over here like acting like he's the second coming of fucking Marcus Allen and shit after 4 games. You know what I mean? That's the thing is, I'm just tired of the last couple of days of all these content creators disrespecting Josh Jacobs, saying that Charlie Garner and Tamara Whitley and all these other Raider running backs are better than him. So we just forget that Josh Jacobs is the number 3 rusher in Raiders history and shit. So we just forget everything he did over the last couple of years. I understand everyone is mad that he left, but there's no reason to disrespect and put everything he did in the Raiders uniform to shame and shit. But at the end of the day, bro, I just want to. I'm happy what we got so far. I'm mad that we lost Josh Jacobs and the Meek, but at the end of the day, I just feel that the contracts they got were more money than we were willing to pay. And at the end of the day, it's not what AP wants. Everybody needs to understand. Tom Telesco has final say over this roster. You know what I mean? And he has to say
Yeah.
that if I'm only gonna offer Josh Jacobs 10 million and he's gonna get 12 somewhere else, well, he's gonna go get that 12 somewhere else because I'm not only putting a value on 10 million. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'll give it a C grade, but I still think we can do a lot better. There's still a lot of free agents that are available, especially that cornerback from the Bills. You know, he's supposed to be coming in with the visit. You know what I mean? If we sign him, you know what I mean? That means we're pretty much going to go off line or quarterback in the first round. But we'll see what happens. But for right now, I'll give it a C.
I'll get with you on that question, Gabe. Um, do you know the injury life of the cornerback from the Bills, the White that we get that
He
we're
got a
so called
off
gonna
he's coming off of a Achilles tear.
and an ACL,
Yeah,
2021 and 2022 ACL tear,
and
uh,
Achilles tear last.
Achilles tear too after that. So we buying damaged goods again. Are we getting damaged goods again? You know,
I mean,
I just let why don't you just let Bennett go out there and see what's up. We the people, what's up? Wild Turkey, my homeboy Cash Lord, what's up? Um, I'm just. Anyways, I,
are
I, I
we
said I
are we
wasn't
bringing
gonna.
him in because of his name? I feel you. Are we bringing him in because of his name? Because the last 2 years, I mean, we've been talking shit about players who can't get on the field, and he definitely has been one of those players for another organization, but he has been one of those players who hasn't been able to stay on the field. You know what I mean? So as good as he was, as good as he's been in his career, you know what I mean? It's if we bring him in for a visit, you know what I mean, and we do sign him, it cannot be a fucking a type of contract where you know what I mean, not even anything near fucking double digits or anything that type of money in like in actually annually now because he has to be coming in here for like one of those 1 year type of prove it deals because I ain't taking a player like that with that type of recent injury history for a lot of money for sure.
Well, he signed for with Buffalo before they got, before all the injuries and stuff. I think it was what was it, 69 million for 4 years or something. He got somewhere around there. He had 18 interceptions in the duration of his Bills career, but man, injuries though. Yeah, he signed what was said to be in his second year of a 4 year, $69 million contract before being released. So they're gonna owe him money. So it might be on the cheap, but the injuries at a corner, man, I don't know about that. That's drastic, especially at the lower limbs like that. I don't know why we're even interested in
I'm
this
only
dude.
taking him on a very cheap 1 year type of deal, bro. Like because that, yeah, he's already older. You know what I mean? He's being released. He's yeah, he just that's the type of guy that maybe if we bring him in and we're able to convince him to like maybe take money, but it looks like Seattle's interested too. So who knows, man? If they start like a little bidding war for that shit, but that could just be you know what I mean? Who knows? Those could be the only two teams interested. So hopefully there's not too much offered from the other side because I don't want to end up overpaying for a player like that. That's not gonna if eventually maybe not be able to stay on the field though.
Is that they hopefully have a productive year. They're not talking real good about him on TFF, PFF. 17 games in 2 years he played.
Rams and Raiders, not Seahawks. Rams.
17 games in 2 years. So that's like half a season each year. I don't know. I don't know if you guys, you know, like Cashflow was saying, popped in my mind real quick. I'd rather get games, dude. Gilmore, he's the one that's balling down. From the top to bottom. and the dudes that are in the secondary, you know, free agency, Gilmore's the best.
I mean,
All the rest
Gilmore.
of
I
them
think
guys.
Gilmore was the reason why Gilmore, I
But
think, kind of struggled even in the playoffs is because of they had kind of like threw him into like that one row. You know what I mean? That one cornerback row, which I don't think he's old. He's too old to be the number one. You know what I mean? I think we need to bring him in to stop to like be somebody that's going to be take over a Meek spot. That type of spot. Which I would like Gilmore in that position, but for him to come in here and try to be like the number one, because it does say in some reports that the Raiders are looking for a number one, because there's also like talk supposedly that the Raiders are in talks also with Green Bay still about, you know what I mean, maybe a Jair Alexander type shit, because you know how he was kind of like in the doghouse at the end of the season, you know what I mean, with the calling timeout type shit with what he did in Green Bay and shit like that. So it sounds like the Raiders are trying to maybe either trade for a number one or try to bring in at least somebody in to, you know what I mean, at least, back up a Jack Jones or something like that, because it does look kind of thin. You know what I mean? Once you go past Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs, that room is really thin.
all of our rooms are thin, bro, except for our defensive tackle room. You know what I mean?
But the defensive
That's what I
tackle room
think.
does make up for a lot of it. The defensive tackle room does make up for a lot of it, because you know how the defensive tackle room can make those other rooms shine on the defense. You know what I mean? If they're balling, most of the time the rest of the defense is balling as well. Especially if you got some guys, you got some dogs out there. So it's not like if we got some dudes that are not gonna, like you just got a dominant defensive line and just they just put together whoever to play the linebackers and the defensive backs. You got guys like Moore who played solid last year. Nate Hobbs played really good last year. You got Jack Jones who came in here and balled out. Spillane balled out. Diablo had more of a solid year. So those guys are going to make up for a lot of that. You know what I mean? So like, but they're also going to get, I think, more of a shine. Like they played solid last year, but I think with the added, the added, I think, the chemistry that you have already with the defensive line, and then adding somebody like a fucking, Christian Wilkins, that shit it's. I think the defensive line is going to make up for a lot of deficiencies in the secondary side and linebacking side.
Well, what happened to our young guys, Gabe? What happened to the Hall and Webb and all them? Are we saying they suck now? Are we gonna just go by
No,
this? AP took out Bennett for his hustle. He's getting these Marcus Peters traits. You know what I mean? He started doing exactly what Marcus Peters was doing, which I didn't like. And then he didn't see him anymore. I think he got an injury too. But what happened to those guys? I know Hall played a little bit. And I don't know. I can't judge the way he played. But bringing in somebody is that a 13th pick overall type situation, a cornerback to you, Auntie? What do you think?
I think I think more than likely it's gonna be quarterback or tackle at that point. You know what I mean? I know we have other needs, but I think it's gonna be one of them players. But from the looks of it now, I don't think it's gonna be quarterback, because I'm not gonna draft a six-backs quarterback when the number two right tackle is on the board. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to me. Or the number two corners on the board. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense for me personally. But at the end of the day, I just want the player to come in here and just be starter day one. You know what I mean? Be healthy and shit. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to draft a player in the first round that has injury concerns like we did Tyree Wilson last year. You know what I mean? Because that shit really hurt
Mark,
us and
what's
shit.
up?
I want a player to come in here. They want to make a mini impact, but it's just going to be hard because we're at 13th pick. Anything can happen now in front of us, especially now that the Vikings got another number one pick from the Houston Texans, and now they have two, and they can trade up to the top three. So it's just going to be a crazy couple of weeks until the NFL draft.
yep,
Dark,
yep.
what's up? Yeah, my boy Omar, what's going on, bro? Thanks for being here. Always blessed to have you watching us. Um, to me, you don't need a really, really outstanding corner if your front is blasting like the way we think our defensive line's gonna do. And then if we have one of the better top 5 defensive lines and cornerback. But you just can't say that the cornerback's not going to be, or you can have a trash out there, and they'll just say the good quarterbacks will get the ball off. You know what I mean? So they need a cover. So and we got good receivers out there that they have to cover. So I wouldn't put. I'm debating. I'm debating in the draft to get a corner or offensive tackle, but I think those two are together.
Yeah.
Whoever's the best one there, if
Yeah.
Fuaga's there or LC Laketon's there or the kid from Washington's there, then get the tackles and the guards. But you got Kenyon Mitchell sitting right there. Take him at 13, or Terry on Arnold too. Or get him. But I like the Butler. I like the Butler pickup and Jenkins pickup, and that just made us even more dynamic up front. It's gonna be pretty scary right there, bro. Pretty
This
scary.
looks
It'll be
So this
hard
is
to
what we've
run.
done.
Be hard to
This is
run
what
or
we've
fucking
done.
back.
Yeah. I think this is what I see, Gabe. I see Tyree on that outside being a lot of damage as far as pass rush is concerned, if he lives up to his expectations. And it's very often, that I very say good things about this dude. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to watch Barbie. You know what I mean? I want you to watch Barbie. I don't want to watch that shit. So, Holly, what's up, girl? How you doing, man? Good to have you on there. Always a pleasure, Miss Holly.
Maybe
But
he wants to lose that on purpose.
huh? You want to
Maybe you
watch?
want
You
to
want?
lose
You
that
want? You
on
want? my kids ain't that young no more, bro. You got nieces and nephews that watching with you. But anyways, if I see him getting to that side and being a terror as far as the run game is concerned. So
Damn, fucking Dolphins Raider.
so that
I ain't mad
Dolphins
at
Raider
that.
with the Dolphins Raider, I see something green up there. Best of my vision. Good job, Dolphins Raider, man.
Space
Always a
Beast
pleasure
too.
to have you on. Way to go, man. Donating the 5 spot. That's always great, man. Thank you very much. Me, Gabe, and Auntie Six and Low, really appreciate it.
That's thank you, Space Beast too. Thank you, Space Beast as well too for donating as
Yeah,
well to
Space
the channel.
Beast. I didn't see Space Beast.
Oh, yeah, he put I can't see Aunt's closets full of Raider jerseys. I can see Aunt Six's closets full of Raider jerseys. Yeah, that's Aunt Six
Yeah.
comes with a different jersey every other show, man. He's in a different jersey. He's in a different jersey, bro. Like that.
How about that jersey? How about that jersey right there? Though?
No, fuck that jersey, bro.
And the
Fuck
Sacramento
that jersey,
Queen.
bro.
Yeah.
I put that shit. Fuck
Kobe.
that king shit.
Dark Side 209, welcome to the club. Edgar Bonilla, welcome to the channel, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to all of us, and you'll get much
Yeah,
good information
Dolphins
about
beat
the
them at the
Raiders.
point there, though. Dolphins beat them at the point. The Raider offense last season was ass, man. He's like, Guess what? Guess what? It's still ass. So let's go. Es un come mierda. Salute Raider Nation. I mean, the thing is, it's we're going to have to. I think the draft right now, as we look at it right now, it has to be offensive heavy. Like I know because it has to be that way. Like whether it's tackle, whether it's what I mean, it's getting a running back, you know what I mean, trading back, getting a running back, or even going second round, going high running back, just high draft pick running back, and even what are you gonna do at quarterback? Are you gonna stay at 13 and maybe get one of the guys that are I think that level of at the level we're at, I think that's if we stay put at 13, the level of quarterback we're looking at is Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Penix, because you ain't touching the other 3 guys. You know what I mean? So those are the 3 guys, and maybe not those guys don't even reach there, but those might be one of the good names that you might end up seeing if that's the route that the Raiders decide to go in. But other than that, bro, I think it has to be uh offensive. You know, it has to be an offensive draft because I mean, last year we were what, like low 20s in total offense and stuff like that. I expect AOC to get better. You know what I mean? This year I expect other rookies on that offense to get better as well. But we're going to need a better offensive line to protect. You know what I mean? AOC or Garner. You know what I mean? If those are gonna, if any one of those guys are going to be the starter moving forward. So this offense does have to get better. I love the defense. I love what we've done on the defense. I mean, I like the resigning of those guys because, like I've always said, you can never have too many defensive, just defensive alignment. Period. You know what I mean? So it's just, what are we gonna do on the offensive side? And like on six said earlier, bro. I think it's incomplete. You know, I think this offseason is still incomplete. I think there's still some guys that we might be getting into the building and eventually sign. Hopefully, there's some solid pieces, but at this point, it's on the offensive side. I would say, if I was gonna give a grade for like this, and I would give an overall grade, I would say solid C plus type shit, but like maybe B minus, just because I love that we finally got a defensive tackle that's gonna, to me, gonna be dominant in here, but we didn't do anything on the offensive side and lost players, so we have to do something. So that's why it brings it so much down from like could possibly A minus type shit to like a C plus B minus. So I would just say that just the not wanting to do anything on the offensive side just has me not worried. I would just say a little bit like hmm, just a little bit like just wondering what the fuck's going on.
Well, this is what we've done. Okay. We signed Amir Abdullah to 1 year, $1.85 million contract. Released Brian Hoyer. Re-signed Andre James to 3 years, $24 million. Released Jerry Tillery. Signed Christian 4 years, $110 million. Signed Minshew 2 years, $25 million. Released Garoppolo. Released Hunter Renfro, and signed tight end Harrison Bryant 1 year, $3.25 million. That's all we've done. PFF graded us at a B minus, and I think that B minus is because of Wilkins.
That's what I said. Exactly what I just said right now, dude. I didn't even know fucking
Yeah.
PFF.
No, but it's just funny.
See, you need PFF, but I gotta get my info, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. It's just
I was in
interesting
high,
to
I was
think.
in high, I was in high school. I was in high school for 8 years, Gabe. I was a super senior, bro. You know what I mean? A super senior. So, man, I had kids already. What's wrong?
It's just
Can't
crazy.
blame
The,
me for
the guys,
that.
the two quarterbacks that we were talking the most right before free agency started, both went to the Steelers.
Yep. First of all, OJ Raider, man, Omar, man, thank you for the 5 spot. Much appreciated, man. You're always down with us. And can't wait to see you again, bro, in LA, man. Both times. I told you, I talked
Shout
to you.
out to
Get
the
ready.
91 in the building too. Shout out to the 91 in the building too.
Shout out to everyone
Get
in the
ready.
chat.
Shout out to the 91 in the building. Hit the like button, man, for us to get us in the inaugural or whatever that shit is.
Algorithm, inaugural.
Except for
Inaugural.
8 years, huh?
Now, I want to ask you guys something. I was getting on your shows and I was preaching that I didn't like. You guys know I didn't like JJ getting out of here.
Yeah.
I thought we played with his money.
I told you it was sad.
Everybody
I,
could
I, I
say
said the same thing. It was sad, but
everybody
sad day.
could say that he didn't want to be a Raider no more. But we know NFL players um that they're gonna go for the dough. And even though they get tattoos and shit, that don't mean shit to me. You know what I mean? So if do we need another running back
Hell
high up in this draft? High up in this draft. I'm talking second round. I'm
no.
talking moving up to get that dude like Trey Benson from Florida State. There's a kid at Wisconsin that I really love. These running backs are 240 pounds, 235 pounds, 6'1", running 4.40s. That's not Jacobs. That's better than Jacobs right now. But they don't have just the NFL, carries and shit yet.
Yeah.
I'm not. Zeus scares me, bro. And then Auntie, I coach running backs, and if you have more than 2 fumbles in a season, that's
Yeah.
way too many. He
Yeah.
has a problem hanging onto the football.
No,
That
I
always
agree.
stays in a coach's mind. You go work on
No.
that. Believe me, you could work on that, but I don't like it, and
Yeah.
I know there's not a coach in the world that'll say, "Oh, it's okay if you fumbled. It's not your fault. It's
Yeah.
solely your fault. Good hits happen, but you got to hang on to the football."
Yeah.
None of these running backs that I mentioned have that problem, and I just think, man, that we need more that 4.4 speed, that outside perimeter presence. Get 240 pounds, 235 pounds. You know, you're gonna grow and you're gonna be bigger, stronger. These guys are coming in already bigger than the pros. So, and they're good back. What's the tape? What's the tape of Trey Benson? What's the tape of this dude from Wisconsin? And you guys will understand what I'm saying because I think we need to get um, a running back high, maybe up and move up in the second round to the 30s and get a running back. What you think about that, Auntie?
I mean, I agree. We need another running back in here. I'm not like the other YouTubers. They're talking about Amir, Sincere, and Amir gonna run for 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns. I don't believe that at all. You know what I mean? I want another rookie running back in here, and that's why I love that clip from Florida State that you talked about. You know what I mean? I'm a Miami
Trey
Hurricanes
Benson.
fan. And that kid was no joke out there. You know what I mean? Especially with this size and speed, it just ridiculous. But I'm not willing to trade up for him. If he's there in the I'm gonna say third round, I'm drafting him or the kid from Wisconsin that you like. Those are the two running backs that I really like in this draft because those two running
Monsters.
backs, they're monsters, and the kid from Wisconsin was running in the zone scheme in college. You know what I mean? So he will just come in here and just fit in the system like a glove and just run right away. So I agree, but I'm not taking them or trading up for them in the first round because I really don't believe they're first round talents. Because don't get me wrong, they can catch the ball out of the backfield, both of them, Gravy, but they're not great pass catchers. You know what I mean? Out the backfield. That's why I'm not gonna go up there and draft them because I want a 3-down running back. In my opinion, they're probably a 2-down running back, and you probably bring up Mir or Dula in there on third down. But we definitely do need a running back because at the end of the day, I'm not ready to handle all 17 games to Zamir White after what he did in the 4-game period.
See, I'm
Um,
I'm more
Go
in the
ahead, Gabe.
thinking of I'm more in the thinking of maybe like that too. Like I want to go running back, but I want to go later on in the like if we got rid of Josh and he was a top pick and we're supposedly thinking that we could kind of go running back by committee and stuff like that. So I think that the if that's the talk, I think that that's the importance is not really kind of emphasized on that. So I think that they're thinking of maybe running back, but I think that they're thinking of running back maybe later on, maybe fourth, fifth round type running back, where there's a lot of I think there's a lot of value at that position. You know what I mean in those later rounds. So I think that we stay put and we kind of like wait up and maybe take one late. I do think that they have some confidence in Zamir. I mean, it's 4 games and shit like that. I mean, I'm still very iffy on him, but I know that it's a hard thing to do regardless of 4 games. I mean, to get 400 yards in 4 games. I mean, it's a pretty hard thing for a running back to do, but it's still really iffy. You know what I mean? So that's why I think that they go running back, but I think the little bit of confidence that they have in Zamir, I think they wait till like the later rounds to maybe go running back.
So you're that satisfied with Zamir White?
No, I
I
just
don't think
think
we're
I believe
satisfied.
in the I just believe in the value later on in the draft for running back.
Well, the good thing about it is that what you say, Auntie, the way Getsy runs his offense, if it's a West Coast RPO zone blocking type thing, the the running backs usually don't get passes. They get like screens. It's still a little dump. It's not like, you know, 20 yard. They're not running a route. They're just getting into some big guys and they wiggle their way through out of it. And then what it's pertaining to do is that pass blocking is not really necessary either. I haven't seen White. If he does go under center or anything like that, that his blocking will is good enough or not. We know that Abdullah's a little guy. He can't do nothing, and we lost that with Josh big time because Josh was getting really, really good at it. And I'm tired of hearing about this. Brendan Brown, Sincere McCormick, motherfucker, all these guys. I'm tired of it. I want to know these guys, and I think these guys that are from college can do that at 240 pounds. You can hit a linebacker, you can hit a defensive tackle, you can absorb that hit. You know what I mean? So that me being a running back coach is gonna make you always wonder, can my guy block? Is my quarterback the quarterback gets killed on a blitz and a running back supposed to block that guy? The coach is gonna come talk to me why the guy didn't do that. You know what I mean? So the running back has to protect that quarterback too. But as far as catching the ball out, it's just what your offense is doing. You can have the least amount of passes as a running back, but maybe he played wide receiver in high school and he knows how to catch the ball already. They just don't use it. But most of it's going to be screens and 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 little dump offs and things like that. Not nothing that really really matters where he'll be running routes. He might, I don't know his offense, but I know it's RPO type stuff. He's going to be basically doing play action stuff and blocking. And that's very, very important with us, especially if our quarterback is young. And and both, and the AOC is there, it's very important because he doesn't move around. So you got to block everybody. The Mitchell can move side to side, get it, probably create a little bit. But to be honest with you, if we stick with these two guys or the three guys that we have that got Brown too, and if we get a rookie, I think Mitchell's gonna take the job. He
Damn,
wearing that 15 jersey.
damn.
I think got to get a 15 jersey.
Nah, I don't know about well, I'm probably gonna get a Garner Minshew jersey, but the thing is too, I mean, AOC has the locker room and he's won there before, so that's one thing he has over Minshew. You know what I mean? That he has actually won games and produced here. You know what I mean? The locker room's behind him, and it's gonna take a Garner Minshew, playing at a special level for him to win that position and the locker room and shit. But the thing is too that there's both starting an evil playing field. You know what I mean? Because nobody knows the playbook. Everybody's, you know what I mean? It's gonna be both day one and they gotta learn it. Even though probably AOC has a head start because he probably got the playbook way before fucking Garner Minshew. But even though Garner Minshew's a veteran and been in this league, so you probably catch it on easier than somebody else would. But it should be an interesting battle. But I still want to draft a rookie at quarterback and running back. You know what I mean? Because I'm still not comfortable with both of the rooms right now, how they look.
Ken, now the question is like Minshew, right? Everybody's like saying like we gotta still go get a quarterback and shit like that, but so we can't. Okay, so like now with the Minnesota kind of moving up, trying to positioning themselves, kind of maybe them going up into the top 5 and all that shit, and the teams looking like Chicago's look like they're locked to maybe take a quarterback. So now it looks like the Raiders are going to most likely kind of either they would have to give up a super haul to like try to get up to the to that shit, which I think that would probably be against what I've been talking about. Like I say fuck them picks, but to a certain point, like I've always said. So it's like, at the way it's looking right now, it looks like it's going to be more than I would want to give up. At this point, it looks like it's starting to get out of reach. But now the question is, if you stay put and you take a JJ McCarthy or say just put these two guys, just this scenario, you take a JJ McCarthy or a Bo Nix, or either one of them two better than Minshew next year?
No.
No. You would have to sit him
I
for a
say
year
no.
either way.
I say no.
Me too. I would say no at that point too. You would have
Yeah,
to
I think
sit
so
them for a
too.
year, and then you will let Minshew and AOC battle out for the starting job during camp.
Ain't no battle to me.
Well, you will let
Ain't
them
no
battle,
battle.
but you know what I mean. Whatever wins wins. But at that time, you say you will have to.
I
That's
think
just
I
it's,
think
it's
I
just a
think
question. You know what I mean? Like if we get one of those two, are they good enough to beat out Minshew? In year one. I mean, it took a top 2 pick last year for Anthony Richardson to like, kind of beat him out in camp, and even when he went out, he still picked it up. You know what I mean? He picked it up right where fucking Richardson was kind of leaving off. So it's like, we'll see, man. I'm pretty sure he's gonna work his ass off because I don't think he came in here to play. So
you
if
know
we
why
if we take
wouldn't we why wouldn't we not want Minshew to start
no, I'm not saying. I'm
when we
just saying.
see
You know what I mean? It's like
when we
because a lot
see
of people are
the
saying
inconsistencies in AOC?
because people are talking about maybe a quarterback coming in here and starting right away. You know what I mean? Which is it's cool. I would love to see it. I would love to have a JJ come in here and start day one. I would love to have a Drake May come in here and start day one. You know what I mean? But it looks like that's gonna be out of reach. So now, like if we're wanting to say like the people that are looking to like win this next year, if you are willing to, if you're looking to win this year and at 13, if you're not gonna want to trade up or anything like that, you're going to have to most likely, this year's gonna be a Minshew year.
Pretty much.
Fact of the matter
I
is
hope.
that's pretty much just the way it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Because I think the defense is going to be good enough to where that it's going to be better, like for the offense, and just having Minshew back there, being able to just move around, I think is going to give the offense a couple more plays a game, which that's going to add a couple more points on the board. You know what I mean? So it's like we just got to get a little bit better on offense. That's a no brainer. Of course, you know what I mean. We have to, I think, fix the, like you said, the right side of the line. Guys, I think are going to step up, and I think I would say as of right now, would probably be the right side of the line and trying to get somebody. If you are going to go tandem running backs, get somebody in the later rounds that's maybe a steal. You know what I mean? I would say because I think Blake Corum's gonna go high for Michigan, but I would say like Edwards, you know what I mean, the other running back from Michigan, which he's a home run type of guy. You know what I mean? He can hit the outside. He's the type of guy that can hit the outside, and maybe you use JJ and him as the different type of change of pace type running backs. You know what I mean? If that's the way you want to go, so like I would look at those type of things to like fix out in the draft, but I just people got to be ready that this could be for damn sure a Minshew year.
Allies, what's up, man? Snoops, what's going on? Rick L,
Let me ask you
Pyro,
this
my
though:
dude, what's up?
if we like I said, Minshew doesn't look like he's falling off or whatever. He had a decent season last year. Had the Colts with the winning record. What do you if AOC comes into camp and beats him out? Is that like a token of like, oh shit, AOC must be getting really better, or is that just mean Minshew just fell off?
I think. Well, let me ask you this, Gabe. How do you feel that AOC was McDaniel's type guy, and I mean AP agrees with it that Minshew was better than Garoppolo and that other Baldy, whatever his fucking name is, I forgot already.
Hold it.
But Alpha Kasi, what's up? Um,
Sorry about Kakazi.
Now Minshew is obviously Telesco and AP's guy too. So all the stuff that AOC did from McDaniel's point of view was what he wanted. Now, what if it isn't what Getsy wants? So we're putting AOC on this on the good things he did on the on the high, but it was a totally different offense, totally different. And now he's gonna be
Only
doing different shit. He's gonna be doing different shit, and Minshew already knows how to do it though. So obviously, Minshew has the upper hand here as far as competition is concerned. Aiden has a to me, bro. Aiden can make every NFL throw. It's just that he doesn't move, dude. And no matter what team you're on, no matter what offense you're on, you have to have a little bit of that, just a little bit. And he has nothing, none,
Yeah.
nada.
No,
And
but
any other
the one thing I would
language you
say,
want
the
to
one thing
say
I
it
would
in,
say,
nada.
because
but
people do
look,
say like that. Oh, okay, I just say this real quick. I just people say that like the AOC does have the locker room, and I agree because I think he put he did do a lot for that. Like not a lot, but I would say that he stepped up when because I mean that's all they had, and he did what he could. You know what I mean? I think players respect him for that shit. But the one thing I will say about Minshew is that he's the type of dude that's gonna come into a locker room, and it's not gonna be hard for him to win over a locker room, now because he's just that type of dude. You know what I mean? It looks like Minshew's just that type of dude. He always seems to be like a fucking locker room favorite type of guy. You know what I mean? It's like since he's been at fucking Washington State, you know what I mean? It's just always that type of guy, that raw guy that people want to just get behind and shit. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a tough battle if it's gonna come down to them too, for sure.
Yeah.
and the thing with me is
And,
too,
and
I know
go
a lot of people say that AOC doesn't move or whatever, but if you go back and look at what he did at Purdue, he did move. I'm not saying he's the most mobile quarterback, but another thing is too that everyone needs to understand. Josh McDaniels fucking grained it into his mind for him not to run. You know what I mean? And the quarterback, he hates for his quarterbacks to run. You know what I mean? So let's just see how AOC looks this year under different fucking offensive coordinator, different quarterbacks coach that actually knows what they're doing and shit. You know what I mean? Because everybody, you know what I mean? Josh McDaniels was this supposedly offensive fucking guru and shit, and he was a fucking horrible ass coach. Look at the first time that we played the fucking the Chargers. You know what I mean? He didn't do the own team. Mac took over the game. And then what happened the second time we played the Chargers and shit? You know what I mean? It's a whole different game. You know what I mean? Coaching plays a lot of key parts to this game and shit, as much as people don't want to say it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, let's just give AOC this another year. You know what I mean? I know it's more than likely Garminch is probably going to win the job. More than likely, we all agree. But let's just not say that he can't move if that's something that was ingrained in him from the day one when he came in the door with another coaching staff. You know what I mean? Because he does move a little bit in the pocket. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's not the most mobile cornerback. I'm not going to call him a fucking Josh Allen or anything, but he does got pocket presence. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Naturally. Are we any of these guys gonna be able to
Auntie,
turn it to like?
Auntie, I don't know where you got that he moved around a little bit in Purdue. Look that up, please. Look that up.
I'll look it up and I'll send you the clips, Gravy, because you know what I mean. I will believe
Because
me.
what you're gonna see is that he got minus yardage every year at Purdue, minus
I'm not.
hundreds of yards. So either he got sacked that many times or he just ran around and lost yards. So he didn't move around at Purdue. He's not moving around in the NFL, and it doesn't. You can't teach that instinct of doing that, and it's tough to do. Some people might break you from doing it. You might get tired of getting hit by 300-pound men, and then you start moving around, but you're slow. You know what I mean? And you can't move around from these guys. Look at these guys that are running now, bro. 340 pounds running 4.5, 4.4, 640s, bro. 340-pound guys doing that. And you ran a 4.96. Come on, Auntie Six. Come on.
Hey, I'm just saying, Gravy.
I think
Hey, I know you're just saying, but
he went down to a
dude,
4.8.
yeah. Try looking at that. Hey, try look at that. What you said. I'm not arguing with you. Just you said he moved around at Purdue. Go look at that, and then you'll say, "Oh, Gregory was right."
All right,
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
like I said,
It's gonna be tough.
he has a flaming arm, bro. That's good. Sometimes it gets you out of shit. But that ability to hang on to the ball too long, thinking that and we don't have the dudes right now to protect them.
Yeah.
I think
You
you're
got to
going
get them
confused.
dudes up front.
I do think though. I am in the mind of I am in the belief though of thinking like it's gonna be hard to score on our defense. So now it's Minshew does take risks. So it's like that's gonna think play a big in the decision making too. It's like if you are going to go full defensive mode type, like type of ball game where it's going to be a physical type of game and shit like that, it does kind of point towards more of a AOC, you know what I mean, type of game because that looks like he's more of a guy that's doesn't take as many risks. You know what I mean? Especially towards the end. I mean, you can see towards the end of the season he wasn't taking as many risks. You know what I mean? Which it kind of it would end up in a lot of sacks. So, but if you do decide to go that route where it's going to be defense, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, try to put up a couple more points than last year and shit like that. It's Minshew can be a gunslinger at times. You know what I mean? He could force some other, but maybe that's the type of shit you need for this to get a spark on this offense because you got
You don't
players.
try.
You know what
If
I
you
mean? You
don't
got some
try,
players.
you're gonna give it up to a guy that's gonna take a risk, and it almost happens with the incompletion, or a guy that hangs onto the ball too much and won't run and take a sack. I'll go with the incompletion. You know what I mean? Then the loss of yardage, and that's what Minshew.
No, but
That's
the
what
thing
that's
is,
what.
but what I'm not talking about the incompletion one. I'm talking about an interception instead of a sack
Well,
sometimes.
like, that's the bad thing about being a gunslinger, and we dealt with that with Mister I Love You. You know what I
Mr. I
mean?
love
How many times did he try to do that, and it didn't pan out for us? And we
Mr. I
did
love
9 years of it. Gabe, 9 years of that shit. He was a gunslinger at Fresno State. He was a gunslinger for the Raiders, and we
Now,
accepted that.
I'm just saying.
Or at
I'm
least
just
he's
saying.
trying. I heard that shit. At least he's trying. At least he's trying to do. It was a pick, or at least he's trying.
That's what I'm
Fuck
talking
that.
about. You know what I mean? Like, if we are gonna be in the mind of trying to, you know what I mean, dominate time of possession and shit like that, run the ball, and you know what I mean, play action. I think that's gonna go more towards AOC's favor. That would go more in AOC's favor. But then again, too, it's like you do need a spark on this offense, so they gotta weigh out the pros and the cons. You know what I mean? If these are going to be your final two guys, battling out for that position, which I still don't think is that's going to be the case. You know what I mean? I still think some shit's going to get worked out. Where because I'm just I refuse to believe that this is it that we're gonna go like because the money that he was signed for just yowls backup money. So I think that's like there's no indication that they're settled that they're settling yet. You know what I mean? Which I know that there's no big names out there at quarterback right now that you could probably just go out and get. You would have to fucking trade for, and right now in these days, you would have to fucking give up a farm to like try to go get somebody that's actually decent. You know what I mean? That's already solidified on the team. So I'm still under the belief that they're gonna try to do something. You know what I mean? And there's something's gonna happen in the draft where it's something like the Raiders are going to try to get somebody else, dog, in at the quarterback position. Like I just don't think I don't. I just can't. I refuse to believe that this shit is this is what it's going to be. You know what I mean? This is what's on paper. What right now is what it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Kaepernick was trash. At the end of the day, I don't even want to talk about 49ers, but at the end of the day, when you look at the 49ers, Kaepernick was the worst quarterback, 32nd worst quarterback in the NFL, and what everybody thought he was the best. At every other
Who?
category except for rushing.
Who?
And he went to a Super Bowl for that. Kaepernick.
Kaepernick?
That was a long time ago. Now this, let's hit another team. What the hell? And just brief 5-minute conversation here. Is Pittsburgh doing here? What are they doing, man? They got something up their shit with these two quarterbacks, these two guys that. What do we do? How's this gonna work out?
I don't fucking know.
What do you
From,
think, Gabe?
I,
That's weird, dude. It's weird to have guys like that and two. Fields don't want to be a backup. Wilson don't want to be a backup.
Wilson, they already
Are they
said
gonna
Wilson's
get
gonna
rid
be
of
the
these
starter.
guys later?
One of them's gonna have to be. That's for sure.
They already came out and said Wilson's going to be the starter, and then Fields going to be the backup. And supposedly, one of my Steelers buddies sent me something that they're already going to talk about an extension with Russell Wilson after this year. So what if he's fucking there for another year? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
because Fields is only gonna cost. I think Fields is like if that's true, then Fields is only gonna cost them a 6th-round pick at the end of the day if they don't play him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if they don't play, and they could get rid of him at the end of the year because his contract's up, so they just use him as a security blanket. If Russell Wilson gets hurt, he's almost like the same type of player, I think, as a Russell Wilson. So he's the type of guy that can step in if it comes down to it. I think Justin, if that's the way that they want to play it, you know what I mean? Because if because that's the way that the trade looked like it developed. You know what I mean? A 6th-round pick, but only a 4th-round pick with playing time. It could have turned into a 4th-round pick only by playing time. So at the end of the day, the Steelers are going to be content with if he doesn't get any playing time. It just costs them a 6th-round pick to have some insurance policy. You know what I mean?
I think Pittsburgh's finessing teams, bro, for this shit. 6th-round pick for. We were talking second and third for the dude. Yeah,
Yep.
then we hear he wasn't even in our plans.
But that's
So
Yeah, I
how
think
bad he must have been under Getsy. Getsy's in there for a whole year under his
that's
system.
maybe what Getsy's saying. I mean, if that's what it cost them, right? Then that has to be something that Getsy, if they like you say right now, like you just said, that's all. Like they said that wasn't in their plans anyway. So Getsy must have already been in their ear. Like we're not
go
gonna
get this
we're
dude.
not gonna try and go out and get this guy, right?
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's like I think that was already kind of a thing that was probably already said and done. You know what I mean with that? So I think that those type of like rumors, because if it took a 6th-round pick, if Getsy over here as an offensive coordinator, you know what I mean, can't can't fucking convince the upper brass to fucking take a chance on a 6th-round pick for a 6th-round pick for fucking their next franchise quarterback, then obviously there was something there in Chicago. Like there was obviously that shit wasn't just no fake news of what they were saying. There was something to that shit that when they were throwing each other kind of under the bus over there.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that under the bus shit.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying like that. Getsy might have been just on the boat of never trying to bring him in here in the first place.
Yeah. But to take a shot, I think it would have been better than what visually, as far as plays concerned, it would have been better than what we have out there. Besides Minshew, man, I like the way Minshew played.
I like
He
Minshew
almost
plays.
took
I mean,
that team. He
96.
almost took.
He
He
was
almost took that team
96.
to the playoffs. He almost took
I
that
think he
team
was
to the playoffs.
96. Under him, he was 96. They were 1-2 when he took over. So then they went I think he went 9-6.
And
Nine
then
and
they
six or
lost
8.
to a hot fire fucking Houston team for the playoffs, huh?
Yeah, at
Is that
the
what it
end. Yep.
was?
Yeah, I
God,
mean,
why?
he didn't play bad, bro. He didn't play bad. With their defense was kind of banged up the whole year. You know what I mean? They were struggling. Couple of games missed by Pittman. The whole year kind of missed by fucking Jonathan Taylor. Like, dude, I mean, he did it. He did what he could with that team. He still ain't gonna be the guy that I'm looking forward to running my team for the next couple of years. That's for damn sure. But he's obviously going to. I think he's a solid piece to have back there, bro. Like a good solid like we just said, with Fields with Pittsburgh. I think it's a great insurance policy if it comes down to like if he even has to start or kind of maybe what I mean, start the first couple of games so the other guy can get up to date, like really up to date. You know what I mean? So maybe the other guy starts by half the season if we do take a rookie or something like that. So
Yeah.
I just think I like him holding that place, that place, being the placeholder for that right now. You know what I mean? For the quarterback one, at least for now. You know what I mean? Now we got to do something. That's for sure. I ain't convinced that he's gonna be the guy of our franchise for sure.
I think Mitchell will put in some work against Fields.
He's
That's
good,
our
man. I mean, if you look at their year by year, I mean, shit, you can honestly put it together. Like I think it's Minshew because he was a late round pick, and people this happens with I think in draft picks too. They're like, they're labeled as what they were picked in. You know what I mean? And sometimes they get, kind of like high to a higher standard because Fields was a first round pick and all that shit, but he hasn't lived up to it. You know what I mean? I understand his potential and shit like that, but Minshew has done his shit in this league, bro. You know what I mean? He's won games. You know what I mean? When in Jacksonville, there was a reason why that Minshew mania shit went on. You know what I mean? For a little bit. You know what I mean? The shit. I mean, he had a winning team last year with the Colts. You know what I mean? Because a lot of teams thought that the Colts were gonna, kind of be a not such a great team in that division, but they thought it was a Jaguars division for sure. So it's like I don't know, man. I'm Minshew to me. If you go game by game, like if shit, very very comparable in stats and in all of that shit to Fields. Maybe not the run game because that's probably Justin Fields' bread and butter, but you also got to put in account the injuries, that Justin Fields has sustained.
Danny Dimes. It looks like you the 49er fan. Welcome to the show. Um, look at the stats, bro. Look at your stats. I'm pretty sure you want to say Cap went 5-2 the year they went to the bowl, but um, you have to look at the stats. He was the worst quarterback at every category throwing the football the last in two
Oh,
years
Cap,
that they did that. Yeah. All he did was run.
fuck that
All he did was
dude.
take off and run. That's it. He did it at Nevada and he did it at 49ers. And I watched him at Nevada because they played Fresno State. That's where I'm from. I seen him 4 years in a row or 3 years in a row. I seen him. That's all he did. He had a great arm. Couldn't hit nobody. So do your research on your own, dude, man.
Nah,
I'm
but
surprised.
I think we gotta go get. I really do hope that what I've seen in Mumford translates this year. It's his third year. He got to take that step. He got some very good, quality fucking snaps last year, at the end of the year, especially with, what I mean, the added confidence that the AP put into him by starting him, even when Colton Miller kind of became healthy. You know what I mean? After not healthy, I wouldn't say 100%, but when Colton Miller was ready to play after that little stint where he went down with the shoulder injury, it's still they still went with Mumford. They still decided to go with Mumford instead. You know what I mean? So it's like I think that added confidence has me, a little higher on him. You know what I mean? But that's why I've always been on, we're more needy at the guard position on the right side because we don't have Van Rotten as much as he struggled at the beginning of the year. Van Rotten did play some quality, snaps towards the end of the year as well too. So but we don't have him either. So he's not even re-signed. He's a guy like out there in free agency as well too. So we got to get some guy in here in that right guard position that's going to have me at least a little bit like okay, we're gonna at least do something. You know what I mean? We're this. It's gonna be a little bit better. So I believe Mumford's gonna be better. I believe Colton's gonna get back to somewhat of form. I like Parham. I've always been iffy on James. You know, I mean, the James signing has always, kind of scratched my head. Some people like it, some people don't. But that right guard position to me is what it has, what we have to address. I think that's the main thing that we have to address. Right guard, and I would hit the other two positions that I think are the most needed to me, which is quarterback and running back. But I would go running back later on in the draft if you have to. And quarterback, you know what I've always been saying, but you can't go sell the farm either. So it's like, but I still don't think we're incomplete at that position at quarterback because we have to find a franchise guy, dog, especially in our division. We have the back-to-back Super Bowl champion in our division. So, and the main reason why they're winning Super Bowls is because of their franchise quarterback. So it's like, yeah, they had a great defense last year, but obviously that team goes how Patrick Mahomes goes. You know what I mean? So it's like, as good as our defense could be next year, if we want to make any real road noise once we get to that second season, which that's the goal. You know what I mean? We have to find our next franchise guy. Have to.
You
At
see
some
that
point
now?
in the near
You know I'm gonna rebut on that because that's waiting game, and you know how I feel about waiting. You know what I mean? I'm tired of waiting for these dudes.
future.
It's
I'm saying
hard, bro.
this year's draft. I want to go to this
Yeah,
year's draft and get him.
we
I'm
gotta
waiting a month.
we gotta do what we got because we see what Minnesota's doing, and Minnesota's gonna get a quarterback, and they got 2 first-round picks to move with. So
But what if they get too
it's gonna
cocky
be
and thinking that? What if they get too cocky and thinking that those 2 first rounders are the only shit that's gonna take to go get them, and the team's just like, nah, we want more, and they're willing to play the long type of game with the Raiders give 3 first-round picks. You know what I mean? So it's like I think it all depends on what a team is looking for, what that top team is looking for. You know what I mean? Because shit, man, I think it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough especially with the way that it's panning out. You know what I mean? Especially with Chicago getting rid of Fields. They're most likely gonna go one quarterback. So shit, you know
who
what I
is
mean?
that?
And
And your
two,
gut
they
and
got rid of Sam Howell. Two got
and
rid
your
of Sam
gut
Howell. They're going quarterback. You know what I
and
mean?
your gut
It's
feeling and your gut feeling, bro. Who you think the Bears are gonna get? And I think you're not gonna like saying
Jaden Daniels.
it.
Because I think the bullshit that like Caleb is doing, he's doing like he's making it kind of known that he doesn't want to play for them. He kind of makes it known like that he wants to go to Washington. You know what I mean? And that's always been on my mind that he's positioning himself to go to Washington. He's kind of busting of Eli Manning, but more obnoxious way, in a more of an obnoxious diva way. So it's like I just think that he's gonna end up going to Washington. I think Jaden Daniels might end up going to Chicago, dog. Unless they take a
Number
chance
one
and go
overall.
fucking surprise us all and they go Drake May #1.
Dan Teaser, what's up? Welcome to the show. Sub to Raider Gabe 420. Coach Gravy, that's me. Um, Auntie Six is in my spot right now. He's Coach Gravy. And the Raider Nation Live, Dirty Low. Look at us. Hit the like button. Tell a friend to keep up this Raider game if you like the Raiders, man. Or if you're
Shout out
another
to the
team, get some
shout out to
get
the
some info
109.
on the Raiders and we talk ball. We talk ball all night. We could do that for hours at a time. But we want to. What I wanted to do today was I'm concerned about what we're doing. I really took heed of what Telesco said we were going to be aggressive. AP said we're not going to put band-aids. And I really listened to these guys because that's what coaches don't say that. They just get the dude and throw him in. You know what I mean? And
Hey,
your
but
talent, they teach you, and that's it.
we
Minshew
did
to
we did
me is a Minshew to me is a band-aid. And there's
hey, but
no
we still
and there's no and there's no aggressiveness as far as the Wilkins. That's
but
it.
has it the plan been going to go be aggressive in the draft anyway to go get the quarterback? Like that's why I'm still waiting on that. I'm gonna wait on that to see if we are aggressive to go get that quarterback in the draft. But I would say that they addressed his other big point that he said. You know what I mean? The point of like we gotta get a dominant defensive tackle in here. You know what I mean? He did
Mhm.
give that to us. I think you know what I mean to help out the defense second. That's gonna just change. I think the whole dynamic of the defense. So I think the defense has me very very excited. Like the defense for sure still got me on that excitement of the year because having Wilkins and Max next to each other, and then I love that that they could sign Adam Butler again and John Jenkins. That's going to be big time, dog. Because we have guys that can rotate out. Wilkins and Max probably are going to be on the field all the time, but you're going to have guys, just rotating out at every position. You know, the end you're gonna have, at one position you could have fucking Tyree and Kuntz. You know what I mean? Kuntz is most likely gonna be the starter. D tackle, you got a fucking bunch of guys that you can, what I mean, if you want a big run type of stopper, you can have, McCall or Jenkins out there. Shit, you can even throw. I mean, Adam Butler. Adam Butler is no slouch either, but if second down, where third down, you want to go big still, and you can still have Adam Butler and Wilkins next to each other, dog. So it's gonna be a very good rotation of defense alignment in there, bro. Especially because they're not moving anywhere. I really liked the re-signing of Butler and Jenkins. You know what I mean? I think we talked about that the other day, Jenkins.
Me
You know
too.
what I mean? Off screen too. Like we talked about that. Like I really do hope that we can re-sign those guys, and that was good at least. That kind of fucking because I was like you, got gravy. Wasn't worried, but like damn, bro, like no moves. Like, hey, come on, like at least resign our guys. You know what I mean? We kind of said this shit our last show. I mean, at least can we resign some of our guys, and that at least a little sigh of relief type shit. But I think we gotta go.
Now you know. Now you know why I was so pissed, dude. My back
But I
still
was,
hurts from that night.
but going back to that though, gravy. I just think the belief is we're trying to fix our quarterback to the draft anyway, right? So I think that's why I would wait on that at least a little on that. You know what I mean? I think he still hasn't broken his like what he says. Like he still hasn't really bullshitted us because he could still very well get his guy in the draft. You know what I mean? Never know. It might
You think
end
there'll
up
be?
not
You think there'll
end up
be
like
some cuts?
that we give up for it, but you never know.
You think there'll be Auntie? You think there'll be some cuts? But the June 1st type shit that maybe we could pick up. Maybe a quarterback. Maybe we don't get the dude we want.
At the end of the
We're
day,
getting a bunch of money. We're getting the money before June 1st. The hell we're gonna do with the draft's over? We could probably use that money toward the guys we drafted and the free agents. But what are we gonna use it for? We're gonna hold on to it, or wait later till there's trade deadline, and we're gonna have $30 million for the trade deadline. Well, what's going? I just thought we were gonna do way more. Get guys offensively. As far as the offensive line's concerned. You know what I mean? Tyron Smith, Gabe's been talking about him. I've been talking about
Uh,
him. Gone. There's only one guy that I'm
I want guard. I want a guard.
clinching
Like I said, I want guard. Let me see.
clinching to that maybe in free agency that we could probably pick up. Haven't heard his name around the Raiders at all.
I
We're looking
understand
at
that, guy,
we're looking at
but
injured DBs.
I do not want to overpay for these fucking players that are in free agency. Like Tyron Smith, I know he's a great player, but he never played right tackle. He's a left tackle, and he's been hurt the last couple of years. What do you think the Cowboys
Mm,
are moving on from him and shit? You know what I mean? There's a reason some of these guys still are in free agency are still there for a reason. Their asking price is a lot. Especially White,
Well, you
he
know what?
probably thinks he's
A lot
still
of
top
these.
five quarter. You know what I mean?
I agree
But
that and also though too, it has to do with a lot of these guys want to take trips places.
yeah,
They a lot of these guys are a little bit more. Some of these guys are a little bit more patient. You see, like the guys who are promised already that they're gonna make that big time money. They're signing those contracts quick. But the guys that are like looking to get the most money possible, they're gonna take these trips, these visits, and shit like that. So I think it's gonna take a little longer to sign those veteran type of guys. You know what I mean? Like those guys are gonna take like visits and shit like that. So still waiting on to see if we do anything with that. But I do agree with you guys though. Like we fucking need to be doing something.
and what everybody says, I hear content creators saying, "Well, the taxes on the money and this." It doesn't look like nobody gives a shit about that because ain't nobody coming over here. Yeah,
Yeah, we got Adam Butler and John
how
Jenkins and
yeah, but but
Chris
but he's already been here, Gabe. He's already played with
Christian
us.
Wilkins. We
I'm
got
talking
you
about
know,
Carter
new
you
Minshew,
got
people.
a lot to say,
I'm talking
but
about
next
new
Carter
year
Minshew,
people, bro.
tax
Carter
free.
Minshew, Harrison Bryant. We got Christian
Three
Wilkins.
guys.
Hey, we got a
Three
couple
guys.
guys. Got a couple guys.
I looked at PFF, bro.
Get some more
Without
guys.
the releases, the guys we picked up was this small. You look at the Bears It's about this big of signings. You look at the
But
Yeah,
Pittsburgh. This
but
this it sounds like hey,
I also
I'm tired of this. Oh, I'm tired of
no,
all
but
this shit. I want to win now.
no, but the thing is,
because I
we
think
don't have that
when you
many
look at,
holes
go ahead.
like them motherfuckers too. You know what I mean? They have a lot of holes to fix. You know what I mean? That's why they were so bad. That's why they're spending all this money, all signing all these players and overpaying for these motherfuckers.
That's
Just
what
be
I was
honest
gonna
Well,
with
they
say
you.
still
too.
suck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
They're
mean?
still
I just
gonna
think
suck.
But Gravy, I do think though, like a lot of these teams do get desperate in the first wave of free agency. So we're gonna see, because like you say, there's still a lot of cuts that are gonna be made. A lot of guys who are gonna be cut, like from teams, just because there's new coaching staffs. You know what I mean? There's like guys that are gonna get cut for like still different reasons. You know what I mean? So it's like I still see a bunch of that shit happening to where the Raiders are still, because the Raiders have the money to still go out and be one of the top teams to go out and get one of those type of guys that becomes available. You know what I mean? A guy that's going to come in. And I think it's still so early in the offseason that there's going to be a lot of guys still come available. And with money that I think that we're holding and that we're trying to open up, it kind of makes sense that like that's what they're trying to do, or what they have been talking about, trying to open up some money to like maybe bring in a guy of a high caliber like that supposedly would shock the nation. You know what I mean? That it would, but it would include a trade. So like but we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see, I think, in the next couple of weeks, dog, because I think there's still a lot of things, and I think Telesco has that experience to know, like, guys become available. Guys become available every, like, almost like out of nowhere. It like, oh, breaking news. This guy just got released. You know what I mean? Like it happens all fucking off season. You know what I mean? So it's like I think that they're holding their money for those type of occasions.
Or even too, I mean, some of this money we might even use to resign our own players and shit. You know what I mean? That's something that Tom Telesco has been saying too. You know what I mean? It's not just over there signing free agents and shit. You know what I mean? You got to resign your own guys. You know what I mean? That's how our dynasty is built. You know what I mean? You draft well, you reward your good players, your good young players, and you just keep drafting on and on that. You know what I mean? This is going to be a key draft too for Tom Telesco and them. But thanks for having me on, guys. I got to get out here. I got to get up at 4 a.m. Shit to get to work. Thanks for having me on, Gravy, Gabe. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Make sure you like, subscribe, and on to the next one, dog. Thank you.
All right, Auntie Sage, thank you very much, like always, bro. Have a good one.
Yeah, I just
Gabe,
thought we
I'm
get better, dog.
I'm
Go
seeing
ahead.
I'm seeing JJ McCarthy's name all through our chat, bro.
I
What
know,
the
it's because we're at 13, dog, and like people are like putting where. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? That they can, that could be a guy that's available at 13. You know what I mean? I would, to be totally honest, I'm choosing Bo Nix over JJ. That's just me. I'm going Bo Nix over JJ for sure. Especially in our division with, a guy that knows him very, very well. You know what I mean? That we're gonna have to play twice every year. You know what I mean? So it's like I just, to me, I would go, if we're gonna be in that predicament, let's go take a chance on Bo Nix. I'm willing to take a chance on Bo Nix at that point. You know what I mean? If we are gonna reach on a quarterback at 13, that would be the reach that I go with. Who knows if he's even there? There could be some teams that want him at, even earlier. I mean, there's been guys like Daniel Jones been taken as high as 6. So like I'm telling you, dog, like there's teams, like some guys, there's gonna be teams that are gonna see, like, if quarterbacks go off early, you can see 4 or 5 go top 10.
Bo Nix over JJ all day, jam packed podcast.
Bo Nix over JJ.
Welcome to the
That's
show,
why I
jam
said,
packed.
like
You
Don
come in for
Tesla. I think one of those two very well can be gone by 13. But that's why I'm in the belief of the Raiders could still be aggressive and trade up for one of those type of guys, even, because that might would end up coming down to, as much as some players might, some people on in the chat might pull out their hair for it, dog. You know what I mean? I ain't got none, so I can't. But you know what I mean? Like, the Raiders can very well still give up some draft capital and move up into the top, at least the 8, 7. You know what I mean? And still get a guy like Bo Nix. You know what I mean? So like that's why I'm saying like the Raiders can still like to me is are still not out of totally out of I think the realm of taking another quarterback in this year's draft. Like there still can be our next franchise quarterback in this draft, and it very well could be fucking Bo Nix.
Damn. I still go with Mitchell. I still go with
That would be a
Mitchell.
battle. I like that battle. I like the battle of Bo Nix and think Bo Nix. I think JJ. I mean, that the battle in that room would be nice, though, because I do believe he's better than AOC. AOC, we'll see how much he improves though. So that's why I think that still would be a good battle between him and Bo, and then even the battle between him and Minshew, dog, because they're both mobile. And if you want to go real young, you know what I mean. That's like, and you're planning on going, the next franchise guy. Like, who knows, man? But that could be a very, very competitive quarterback room, and the guy who comes out of that can be very well the next quarterback of the fucking future, dog, because he's gonna have competition, and that's what you want anyway. You know what I mean? Just like
I'm with Richard C. I think Bo Nix is more pro ready. Even though JJ played in a pro style offense, I think that he just didn't. He showed your basic NFL throws. You know what I mean? Just play action. The tight end's open. Might get a deep ball. This guy is rising fast in the draft. Gabe, you see it. People say, I'm looking on ESPN. This dude's getting picked fourth, fifth.
who
You know what
JJ.
I mean? JJ.
I mean,
What do they
I can
see?
see that he's a
And
winner. I see that. I think they see he's a winner. I mean that goes big in a lot of teams. He knows how to win, dog. I mean, he's in a like he won the national championship last year. He did, he made throws when he needed to, like especially in that second half against Alabama. He came up big and made some big time throws. But
yeah,
to be putting him up like that much, I think he's still too underweight. Like I mean, people talk about you know Jaden Daniels, and it's just like and it's just that dude's even fucking skinnier. I know he came in a little bit heavier at the combine, but still like he weighs like 215 pounds, dog, like at 6'3". Like that dude's pretty small. You know what I mean? And I see him be inaccurate sometimes. I see him being more of a system type quarterback. So like I don't know, man. I would go Bo Nix all day. I see Bo Nix more of a this type of generation quarterback where he's more improvised type quarterback. Could play that type of quarterback where what I mean. You see more of that type of that type of play. All over the NFL. You see it every Sunday. You know what I mean? That type of play all over the NFL, which a lot of improvised football out there, like which of course you want to be structured and shit like that, discipline, but I don't know, man. With the way I see it, I just said I would see Bo Nix more. I would see Bo Nix over JJ. That's for sure. Like because it's, I think that we're out of reach for Jaden for sure. Now the way like because of the Chicago move that really put it over the tops for me like it's kind of like down to like 1% for me like that
yeah.
1%. Fuck it, that we would even try to go up to get it. It would take a lot. That's why, dog. Like, it's gonna take a lot to try to go up to go to 3 or something like that. Which he can't even. He might wow not as even be fucking available at 3. So yeah, that's why at this point I'm more of the thinking of like maybe we could trade up into the top 10 at least. 8, 7, and try to go get a Bo Nix, not a JJ. Know a lot of people are in here that probably would say JJ, but I would if I'm trading up in the top 10, I'm going Bo Nix. I just see more upside in Bo.
So what you're saying, predicting, is that there's gonna be 5 quarterbacks picked in the top 10,
Probably dog
maybe.
4 at least 4 to 5 in the top 10.
Bo Nix being the last one, maybe in the top 10.
Could
Top
be.
10. We still have to move up. We still would have to move up to get our quarterback.
Omar
You
says,
know,
fucking Bo Nix is Mark Sanchez 2.0. No way, dog. He ain't doing no butt
Omar
fumbles.
Omar don't like Bo Nix. He'd rather have AOC.
Yeah, like I'm going
I
Bo
think I
Nix over
think
JJ.
I think he likes Minshew. I think I hollered at him and he likes Minshew.
Oh, he likes
But 8-1,
AOC.
yeah, he like. I know I'm hollering about that.
He said Penix
But
too right now. He said Penix.
831 Raider, welcome to the show. Haven't seen you on the show. Sub to me,
Salute, salute, baby.
Coach
Salute,
Gravy,
salute.
Raider Gate 420, and Raider Nation Live. That's
We gave
Dirty Low.
420 for the
All right.
smoke outs on Tuesdays. For the smoke outs on Tuesdays. Yes, sir.
And stogies or gravy at any convenience when I'm not working. But I got a vacation coming up, so 2 weeks for spring break at my school. So it's on, bro. It's on. But
Oh,
831 came out with the 831 came out with another shocker. We know how we feel about this guy on our show, so let's talk about it just to
Rattler.
convince him. Uh, we Rattler. Why is Rattler getting so much hype now? He ran a
Ah, man.
4.95 40.
He ran
He's had a pretty good
point one, 0.01 faster than AOC. That's how
AOC.
much faster he is than AOC.
He's a hundredth,
Point
a hundredth of a
zero
second
one,
faster.
not even 0.1, 0.01 of a second fucking faster than AOC.
That's a hundredth. He's a hundredth of a second. That's like a
Oh god.
that's like a ball hair, bro. That's like a ball hair, a small one.
I don't know, man. I like Bo now. I'm starting to like a little bit more of Bo, watching a little bit more of Bo's fucking film and shit like that. I'm just because it's gonna get hard to move up
Mhm.
into that shit. I mean, unless we go like you say, man. If we are gonna go Minshew this year, you know what I mean, and wait that out and bank on our defense to take us where as far as they could take us. You know what I mean? You never know. Shit could happen. In the playoffs, guys have God. It's just shit could fall in our way, dog. But I just think that's what would need to happen if what I mean we decide to move that. But if you go later on in the draft and say go, a fucking Jordan Travis or someone like that could sit a year or two behind the Gardner Minshew. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be a bad thing. Like and just have our defense kind of carry us for a couple years where you still have all of your draft picks. You know what I mean? You can still go very high still at every other position, a running back second round, all that shit. You're still gonna keep all your draft picks from next year. So it's like you can still build a winner like the way that we've been wanting to win. You know what I mean? But I think a lot will be banked on, what I mean, the defense kind of being the bread and butter of this team this year for sure. But don't put it past Minshew, dog, to like, you know, take us to the playoffs. And if our defense is anything what we did in the last 9 games last year for the whole season, that puts us literally in the top 5, dog. And with the top 5 defense, I don't know, man. Quarterbacks become stars sometimes, dog. I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. Quarterbacks sometimes become stars, especially if they have a little bit of back. So I think that's why maybe you get some more pieces instead for Minshew. You know what I mean? You go get a top offensive tackle, a top running back like a Blake Corum, like I said. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's like, and you bank on the defense. So I have very, very much, excitement for this season now because I think there's still a lot of ways that we could build a winner and still, what I mean, build for the future because I think there's guys like that are going to be waiting there, I think, later on in the draft where like a Jordan Travis, where he showed last year, bro. I mean, he was literally one of the leaders in the fucking Heisman poll for a long time. You know what I mean? He had Florida State undefeated. That dude was playing good, man. He suffered a fucking unfortunate injury towards the end of the season, but
Jordan, yeah.
he literally he single handedly is the reason why the rest of the committee didn't put them into the fucking put an undefeated team in the playoff
Yep.
because they didn't have a quarterback because they thought so highly of Jordan Travis, you know what I mean, being their quarterback and he was out that you know what I mean that they didn't put him in the playoff as an undefeated team. So
That's
it's
the
like
reason that and coaches said that, bro, and analysts that are coaches said that's the reason why they didn't make it to the, that top four or the playing games for the national championships because they didn't have Jordan Davis anymore. Can you imagine if
that's
we
the
get him and Trey Benson, the running back from, damn, that'd be great.
That's why I'm saying that we can still there's still a lot of
Trey
ways to
Benson.
build this team where I can still be very excited for this team. That's why there's a lot of ways we can go. And Minshew is not that's why I'm saying Minshew what he's getting paid is not the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like that type of quarterback, like that literally tells you like he's literally the bridge to the next guy. That's it. And it's like with that type of with that type of you know that type of contract that you give a quarterback like that 2 years, basically only 1 year guaranteed, and then you give you know what's his name being getting paid like some of the most minimum, a fourth round pick quarterback money, you know what I mean, for the next couple of years. So you don't really have nothing, really like set in stone at quarterback with the money wise. So even if a top even if a top quarterback becomes available in free agency somehow, you have the money to go out and get it because you have nothing, you know what I mean, kind of invested in that for the long run. You know what I mean? Or you go, quarterback, later on in the later rounds. So it's like I still think there's a lot of other ways you could improve this team. You know what I mean? And still build a very, very scary team going forward.
Big ups to Auntie Six just left the show. Incredible guest. He got shot down $2 to the show. Thank you very much, Auntie, man. Much love.
Just go out
Raider
and get a
Nation 510. Raider Nation, that's your payment, man. That's your payment for being on the show, bro. Raider Nation 510 brings up the other quarterback that we've been talking about. Very, not very good on this show. It's Joe Milton the third. Big Arm Joe / wannabe tight end. What do
Nah.
we think about him? I think Joe Milton's gonna be a late round just by his upside. He has a big arm, big kid, but he needs more work, bro.
Yeah,
And to bring in a guy like that,
I'm going Jordan Travis way over that. Like that
yeah,
like night and day.
that's too much risk for, well, wherever he gets picked. And where I see him is probably the fifth or something like that. And I just hope that, I wish him well, but he ain't gonna play for us. And if he does, no, uh,
But I think
6 or 7
there's still a
or
lot of
free agent.
drafts that we can go. Like we can go heavy if we want to go. You know what I mean? Hit the if you want to hit the offensive side, pretty pretty fast, and you know what I mean. You want to go play best player available. I wouldn't be mad at it, huh? Just going best player available at fucking or no. I would say if you are going to do that, let's go out and get the best friend for I would say a Minshew in a Getsy offense. Go out and go real early. Go out and get your tackle of the future that you say that's probably gonna be the tackle for the like next 10 years, and go out and get a fucking a good ass running back. I would say go out and go get Blake Corum. You go out and get that type of help for a fucking Minshew. You're making it a lot easier.
Bro, he's 5'8", if that.
Who?
For him.
Oh, he's gonna get through the holes easier. He's tough. That dude's tough. Hey, fucking
You see,
Eckler's 5'7".
you see Trey Benson from Texas. Yeah,
Big
from
boy,
Florida State.
big boy, big boy.
That boy from Wisconsin.
I like Blake, man. I like Blake. Got speed, got power. He could catch out of the backfield. A dude
These
is
dudes
very.
got that. These dudes got that, and they're 6'2", 6'1", 230, 240.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of great 5'8", 5'9" running backs. Lots of them.
Do you want to see one for the Raiders? We haven't got one. When's the
Yeah,
last one we got that was 5'8"? Napoleon Kaufman, and I think he was a little bit taller than that. But Napoleon
Charlie
Kaufman
Garner,
wasn't no.
Charlie Garner.
He wasn't 5'8".
He's like 5'9".
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Charlie was small.
I don't think so. Look at him. Braylon Allen tape. Yeah, the Braylon Allen from Wisconsin. That's a dude from Wisconsin, hot job. Monster, bro.
No,
Monster.
I even like the other running back from fucking from the Michigan, that fool Edwards, because that fool
Yeah.
has speed, and you could
Mhm.
probably get
They
him
both
later.
do. They both do. But to me, losing JJ, there's a significant drop as far as running backs are concerned.
Charlie was five
And you
ten.
know me. And you
All
know
right,
me. He's 2 inches taller, bro. That's big time. That's like Low saying he's 5'10", but he's really like 5'6".
Darren Sproles, dog. Darren Sproles is like 5'4", 5'5".
Derrick Sproles, how many
Okay,
times was he in the league?
I'll be with Barry Sanders, 5'8".
But you're talking about Barry Sanders, dude. Blake Holmes not getting compared to.
Detroit. He's from Detroit. Who knows, dog? That's his idol. You never know, dog.
We need to get McFadden, JJ, big solid dudes like that. We could get another dude like McFadden, but not get hurt. Be perfect.
Nah, McFadden. I loved McFadden, but he got hurt far too damn much.
He's got skinny ankles, bro.
And
He got
ran
skinny
too high.
ankles. That's what Al Davis. Al Davis was suspect, and as a known fact in his book, he was suspect on McFadden because his ankles were so small. And you see a racehorse. What's the littlest thing on their bodies, bro? Their ankles. If they break their ankle, they shoot them. They gone. But he had a good. McFadden got hurt with us. Went to Dallas, had a pretty good career. But if he would have just blossomed with us, bro, he would have every record. He'd be beating Bo records, Marcus Allen records. He'd probably still be playing with the Force right now. Still starting. You don't even know who Josh Jacobs was. I still got my 20. I still got my Raider jersey 20.
Hey,
That's what we
Napoleon
need.
Coffey.
Napoleon Kaufman was it that tall? Was he?
He was small shit, like 5'6", 5'7".
Napoleon Kaufman. But what was his thing? He was
But see,
fast.
look at any one of these guys, their ranks, like the highest they're ranked is third, fourth round.
Mm-hmm.
All of these running backs, the highest ranked running back is 67, which puts them in the very high third round. And then
Is that Benson?
Jonathan Brooks, Texas of running back. And then Trey Benson's at 86.
That's high. That's high for a running back. Yeah, that's
Blake
third,
Corum,
second.
Blake Corum's like ranked like fourth round type of quarterback. See, that's why I'm saying you can go fourth round Blake Corum, though. Like, and he's 5'8", but he's only 10 pounds less than Trey Benson.
But Trey, dude, look at Benson's tape, bro.
He's built like a tank, man.
Benson's a bigger tank. You want a bigger tank or a little itty bitty tank? What do you want? It's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna do the same thing, but you use the shit out of them, then I think Trey Benson will last longer in the
Go the guy.
NFL.
They just go no. They just go the guy from Wisconsin, Braylon Allen. That dude's even bigger.
He's bigger. He's bigger, and I think him and Trey are about the same.
Well, Braylon's 6'2", 245.
It's bad, man.
Benson is 223.
It varies on what you look at. I got him. They say he's 230. He's just a little boy right now, bro. Wait till he get.
They got Blake.
You know what I mean?
They got Blake Corum at 215. Well, it's gonna be.
Latavius
I don't
Murray,
know.
Latavius
They don't
Murray
even
was good year for us. That's it. He messed up
or
his
get the,
career, man.
or get the guy from USC. Dog, get Marshawn Lloyd.
Oh my
He'd be a
god.
good running back.
Oh my god. If it was up to Gabe, they'll pick up every USC player that's in the draft and
Gravy's
have him
hater,
play on the Raiders.
man. Gravy's
Like,
hater,
hey,
dude.
we can get the Sun God and Pittman and all that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And just get an LSU quarterback. You know what I mean? Get somebody to throw to him, and they'll be all right. Not a guy that wears dresses and paints his fingernails.
Damn, you got Caleb. Maybe you have Caleb throwing to them too. Shit.
They probably would have had a better season if Caleb wasn't throwing to
Nah, but fuck that
him.
shit. Let's see what else. Who do you think? What other position you thinking in the draft? Let's see. What do they have the quarterbacks
Well,
ranked at? Like right now?
I'll give you my top three. What's really gonna happen? That I hope what happens. I, I'm
Let me hear it. Let
I'm
me
not
hear it.
I'm not even 1% that we're gonna move up to get a quarterback. If we do, I'll be really surprised. Then I'll probably get pissed. But
Why? No,
I
don't be
think
pissed. Don't be
I
pissed.
think if we
It
go
happened.
up, it matters what we spend though, Gabe. It matters where we go and how much we give up. Because I like those picks. It is the future of our team. We're not all there yet. And then these guys next year could blossom, and then we could recoup that. You build your team from the draft, free agency. We all know that same repetitious thing that people say. If you're winning right now, you get the free agency. You build your team from the draft. We've been doing that, and we have been very unsuccessful at doing that. So every year we got to free. Every year we got to start over again, bro. We got to start over again. That 220 draft, none of them's in the league no more. None of them's not even in the league. We don't have none of them anymore.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. We have a experienced guy in the draft that's been in the draft for years and years and years. So I feel this is the year that we change that shit, dog. Like there's gonna be guys that we're gonna get game changers from day one in this draft. And that's what's going to like that we're not accounting for yet. Like because that's hard to account for. You know what I mean? Because you're never really supposed to account for a rookie coming in here and balling out. But I think the track record of Tom Telesco and shit like that, getting guys with talent. I think that we're gonna get some gems, dog, even out of this draft. Like literally, like straight out of this draft, we're gonna have some gems coming out of this draft.
I hope
And,
so.
so- and guys and
Knuckle
guys are gonna
Daisy,
get
what's up?
and guys are gonna get better
Knuckle,
from last.
yeah. Knuckle Daisy, what's up? Donnie Dimes, you have a good night. You are a Raider fan, man. I'm sorry to say you were a Niner fan because you were bumping up. You were holding on to that Kaepernick shit for so long. I was kind of making me think you were sideways, but get welcome. You can come back anytime. Usually, what is it, Gabe? Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays with some individual shows in between. Gabe has a very good show, Smoke Out. Usually, I'm in on that one, but and very good shows. And we don't mess with that guy that wears the Saints jersey, even though he's from Wi-Fi from Fresno too. So that's why he loves cars so much. But he loves them too much. I'm from Fresno. I got off car quickly when he started fucking up. So if it all means anything the same, both of them could kiss my ass, Willie and Carr. So that's the way I feel about that. But
But
with the draft game, with the
Callahan,
draft.
dog.
Going back to that question, with the draft, that question you were asking me.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If they're there, if he's there, I want to get a tackle and either LC Lathan or Waka. That'll be the best. And I know it's not the fancy pick, but I think we might get excited that we're I think we'll get excited as a nation that we're solidifying that right side because it's been a problem for so damn long. That we know that and we knew that. And then
Let's go get our
that up.
defensive line even stronger. Let's go get our defensive line even stronger. Let's go get in this. I would say go high second round because I think we do have a high second round. If he's there, let's go Fisk.
All that white dude from Florida State.
Yeah.
Shit, we'll get Fisk, we'll get Jordan, and we'll get Trey Benson. FSU all the way down, bro. What you think about that? Fisk is from
That's what I'm
Florida
talking
State, isn't he?
Anthony
I
G.
dig
That's what
that
I'm
dude.
talking about. That dude's strong. I mean, he's not an average 5'8" guy, dog. Like, call him not your average 5'8". He put up 225 on the bench 27 times, same as Joe Alt, left tackle from Notre Dame.
Shit, that ain't nothing.
That was strong, man. That dude's a beast. What up, Mike? What up, Mike G?
Where's he at? Mike J.
Right there.
Good to see you, Mike. Another special guest when he get on here.
Fisk. I like Fisk. I like let's see who else. At tackle.
Isn't that high?
Like
Isn't that too high for him though? Isn't that a reach?
No, I would say second round. If we could go him second round.
Oh.
First round, obviously, if you're going first round, you're gonna want to go maybe Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy would probably be the guy that you're more looking at in the first round if you're gonna go D line. That's why I would most likely try to see if he could probably kind of drop to you, maybe a Braden Fisk or even drop to you maybe even the third round. Leonard Taylor. I like Leonard Taylor also from Miami, dog. Like that's a dude that I wouldn't mind like if adding to this defensive line as well, dog. But offensive tackle, I like Fuaga. I like Latham. But other than that, dog, like damn, there's some guys in here. There's a lot of fucking high ranked, tackles in this draft. Like there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys with the first round grade. 6 offensive tackles with the first round grade, dog. So like there could be a lot of fucking first round tackles, and not all of them are, not all of them are gonna pan out. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes are like, but I would say the one guy that maybe stands out there that if you are gonna take a chance at 13 and you're gonna like shock the nation and take a fucking offensive tackle at 13, dog, like, because people are going to get mad, but I think a guy that the nation will end up kind of appreciating and end up loving, Fuaga would be that guy, dog.
That's my dude.
Fuaga would be that guy that would kind of like lessen the blow if it would be offensive tackle and not like the wishes of a lot of people in the fucking in the nation. Because I know they want to go, quarterback. They want to have the sexy fucking, corner and like Kool-Aid or somebody like, like a guy, on the defensive line, like a Byron Murphy or something like that. But you get a guy like a Fuaga, man, like that dude looks like he's meant to be a Raider, and that dude looks like he would lessen the blow, because I think that would be a guy that's going to be a very, very good tackle for years to come.
And he plays right tackle and guard. So if you like Mumford could get better. We'll move Mumford to tackle, and Fuaga can play guard. Dominant guard. But and then God knows Van Ruten might get signed tomorrow. And that's cool. He's a good guard. Maybe
he got better throughout the year. And that would be a solid breed signing, at least that, dog, because we have no right guard at the moment, really. None.
None.
You know what I mean? Nobody worth mentioning, at least. So, like,
Mhm.
it's like we don't have Van Rotten even fucking on this team right now. So we got to
Yeah.
get somebody for that right side, no matter what. Like that's a no brainer. We got to get somebody for that right side. I think like the way like it looks like the rankings of the players and all that shit, which sometimes don't mean shit. And like sometimes when teams are making runs on certain players, you'll see get guys get picked out of their rankings and get picked, either a lot sooner than they are. But so running backs, but I think running back could be a very position that if you are really trying to go that route of by committee and shit like that, you can address that shit later on in the draft, and you can really address the offense early, like the other part of the offense, the line, possibly quarterback, possibly fucking, another fucking receiver on the outside, because it's like you never know. You just never know.
You do you think that is in that Penix is obviously in that second wave of quarterbacks? You think he's a first rounder in your book?
I would say at any other, like, damn, dog, like,
Because he's getting dropped, to Rattler and Milton and that conversation. I think he's better than them, but I don't see a big significant um, drop off from Bo Nix to Michael Penix. The only thing is that he's a lefty. That's the only thing.
yeah, like I don't, not that I don't like Penix, but I mean, I could see some team taking a chance on him. I could see a team taking a chance on him late in the first round. Do I see him falling out of the first round? Possibly, very, 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 very possible.
Hmm.
But I do see 5 quarterbacks going in the first round, at least,
So you got
at
Daniels,
least.
May,
Caleb,
Caden, Caleb,
Bo,
JJ,
Bo,
Bo,
and
and
that's probably
somebody's
the
gonna do
5.
something stupid.
That's still probably the 5, maybe even 6 with Penix. You know what I mean? Who
That's top
knows?
10.
Somebody could do something super stupid and take Rattler in the first. You know what I mean? So you
Listen
never
to.
know.
I hope they do. I want to play against them first.
So it's just
And
it
then
all depends on, but I think for sure 5, possibly 6 feasible. 6 can be, but 5 I think for sure.
shout out to Anthony G with the 5 spot, man. Much appreciated. A shout out to the 101 watching us right now. Me and Gabe really dig that, man. Um, subscribe to Raider Gabe 420, Coach Gravy, that's me, and Raider Nation Live. we're gonna talk more game about. I want to talk about Penix, and then the thing about Penix that I'm worried about is that I don't like lefties, Gabe, and you know that
Uh,
because
uh,
you can ask any receiver unless he grew up with a lefty their whole lives playing. They got a brother that's a lefty and they play, high school ball with them and stuff. It's hard to get used to. The ball spins different. You got to move everything to the other side. So our main tackle becomes our the strong side tackle, and the backside tackle is your right side, which we have problems with. Mumford's that guy. Or do we think that Mumford or a rookie is capable of protecting Michael Penix blind side? Usually it doesn't happen, and usually it's bad news when you got to rotate your offense. Routes are different, running plays are different. His strong side is the other side than what you're normally used to. Line blocking is different. Assignments are different. Adjustments are different. It's just too much shit for a young quarterback to digest. He's probably used to it because they did it. But I think what Washington did was that they used his talent and just adjusted, and then that's why they got mopped by a better defense.
Yeah.
That's why Michigan put the work to them because they knew what to do. They concentrated on one side, and then the way he has a good arm, he does NFL throws. He just throws real weird for me. And Gabe seen that too when we watched tape on him.
It's just a
So
weird
Kev,
motion, weird release point.
yeah,
It's just, but I love his competitiveness. His competitiveness is off the chart. That's for sure. Like I've seen him compete since he was at Indiana against SEC teams and shit like that. So I like his competitiveness. That's for sure. Like you can't teach that shit. But that's not a guy that I'm willing to like take a risk on early for sure. If he's there and we still haven't taken nobody like, and that happens to be a guy we fall on in the late second, third round, then I'm not gonna be super mad at it. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, cause that shit's like it still would be, you know what I mean? Something that fell into our lap type of shit who could actually have a lot of upside. You know what I mean? If he does, play with that competitors and he can actually, play some good football. But
Penix is a good quarterback, dude. He's a good quarterback. You know, I think he'll adjust to the NFL game good. It's just gonna take him some time, unless you're already adapted to that. But you never
it's
know
just
with
gonna
these young guys, bro. You never know with these young guys. Maybe you can have a CJ Stroud on your mints. You just got to check it out, give him a shot.
uh,
I don't know about that, Cash Lord. I'm thinking differently. You put that much. I don't give a shit if he's hitting the weights. 4 games, bro. Come on, we need another one. You got to sit there and look that we need another running back. We need another running back because behind him, Abdullah ain't gonna do nothing. And these other 4 or 5 guys that we waiting on for 3 years, they ain't gonna do nothing. They never did. The preseason hopefuls, they're preseason guys. Sincere McCormick is a preseason guy. You keep him around just in case somebody gets hurt. I've been saying that, Loon. I tell these guys this. He's not real mobile. He just gets out the way.
he
But
gets out of the pocket. He just gets out of the pocket, but he's always looking to throw. He'll never really run it
but
down the field.
yeah, that's good. That's more than what we have now. Maybe Mitchell probably can do that. Mitchell can move. Mitchell can move, but I think Penix. I'm just off with Penix because the adjustment. We got to know that we that it's a big change when you do something like that as far as the quarterback's arm where he throws from. It's a big change. No matter you just be playing defense. That's it. No offensive stuff. And we got a coach that's saying, "Hey, we want to score 24 points." Can Benju do that? We know
Yeah,
AOC can't. We know AOC and his
and we don't know.
inconsistencies.
Yeah, he did it. He did 63. He put up
We
28 at
scored
the
three.
end.
We scored 3 defensive touchdowns right there,
Hey,
Gabe.
against Denver at the end too. He scored. He scored some points towards the end. He was starting to put up some points later. So that's why I'm saying, like, does he improve enough to make this shit an actual battle? Like, because now he's a whole off season. There's rumors out there, him supposedly going, which we'll see how fucking I don't I hate any mention of that fucking name, but I mean he is the greatest. So like in our era, for that's for sure. Like he went to advice for fucking Brady and shit like that. Like see like what is he? He's obviously trying to make the right move. So like, let's see how much of an improvement he can make on the football field. I'm just saying like maybe he doesn't get that much faster or anything like that, but he gets better in the pocket. You know what I mean? And just gets a little bit more, accurate with his throws or just a little bit more more detail to, like, you know what I mean, his progressions and shit like that. Like, no man, I just AOC looks like the guy who's gonna put in the work. Now, does he have the talent to overcome it? You know what I mean? So it looks like he's gonna be the guy that puts in the work. So we're gonna see if he has enough talent to come along with that. So I think he's gonna do the right things in the offseason and all that shit, but it depends on how tough he makes this job for whoever comes in. AOC, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see about him because it's like he was a fourth round pick. I mean, there's been fourth round picks who play real good. So like, we can't really just say like, oh, like he's just a fourth round pick. Like at the end of the day, that's all he was. Like, shit, man. That's a fucking. At the end of the day, we found that Max Crosby was found in the fourth round. You know what I mean? So it's like, guys,
That's
as
different,
much as
Gabe.
no,
Gabe, that's
what I'm
different, bro.
no. I'm not. What I'm saying is that we can't give an excuse to him. Like, oh, it's AOC. He needs to play better this year. He needs to play better this
Yeah.
year too. Like, he needs to push it to play better this year because they also traded up in the fourth round to try to go get him. So he needs to prove to them that like he can have a productive fucking either being a backup or whatever he's gonna be. Push this guy, push Minshew, push whoever comes in. So we'll see what he does, with this whole off season.
And we got a guy that played that beat us.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Indianapolis moved the ball on us, bro. By Minshew.
I think they like that about him. I think they like that
They
that
seen him
footage,
up front.
fucking Max being in his face saying little ass boy, calling him a little ass boy, this little ass boy. But hey, he was still in there and he was still fucking making some throws. He was still, getting hit by Max. He didn't give a fuck, dog. Like it's just that I give that to Minshew as well, dog. He's a fucking competitor. That dude's always been that. He's a competitor.
And when I watched that game in the Indy game, that wasn't. It was a letdown by the Raiders total.
Yeah.
Minshew had his way with us. Minshew had his way with us. So you can say whatever you want about Minshew. He beat the Raiders last year when the Raiders defense was on the come up. When we were saying it's the 10,
He
top
beat
five.
us. I think he beat us our last game in Oakland too.
Yeah,
With the Jags.
Jacksonville.
His last game in Jacksonville. I mean, the last game in Oakland for the Raiders, Minshew beat us.
Broken
Now he's a
Halo.
fucking
What's up,
Raider.
man? Hey, what's up to Mate Spitfire too? Welcome to the show, man. We've seen you
I don't
before. I
know.
just wanted to
I
welcome
just
you
like
again.
Minshew's fucking competitiveness and shit like that, like his grit. Now, and he's never, and that's one thing we can all agree on. He has never had Devontae Adams to throw to.
See,
So
Dark has a question for Gabe. You said you were that far from the. Oh no, was that the picks or no picks from the button? You're about ready to
yeah,
press it or no?
I'm gonna make offers. If I was the Raiders, I'd still go out there and make offers. Now it's gonna be up to the team that's gonna like. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get one of those top 3 teams off of it. That's the problem. Like, I really don't think any of those top 3 teams are even gonna take phone calls. Like, I don't even think they want to be intrigued with anything. I think they haven't set in their mind like those 3 guys are going quarterback. I think those 3 teams are going quarterback. And the only one that I have still if he's about is still New England, because New England, I can still see them wanting to trade out of that and actually them being like almost used as like another type of almost some sort of number 1 type pick, because a team would almost, if the first 2 teams go Caleb Jaden, and Drake is still out there, but Drake is still considered the top quarterback on a lot of people's boards. You know what I mean? Teams are still going to be willing to give up a big time haul to the Patriots to get, a guy like Drake May, so they could get a number 1 type haul at 3. So it's like And I don't know if I want that to be the Raiders, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna take a lot to move up to 3 now. A lot.
Yes, it is a lot to even get the yeah, we could get a quarterback in the second round talk. It's gonna probably be maybe 3 or 4 number one picks, even to go to 3. To me,
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, bro. Right now, it's
who
gonna be
they go?
hard.
Who the way gonna roll out there? How confident are you going rolling out there with Zappy?
It's not. I don't think it's
I'm
about
glad.
the
I
Zappy
glad.
thing.
I'm glad I'm not in their shoes.
I think it's about like right now they can make their team so much stronger by like trading back with the team. Like say like another team that wants to go up for a quarterback, like a Minnesota. You imagine the haul that Minnesota would give them if fucking they wanted to go up to 3 from fucking 11. They would have to give them 11. The one that they just gave up 23. Probably next year's first round, a second round this year, and something else, bro. And then I think there would be a no brainer for the Patriots at that point.
Ooh, the Patriots got Brissett too. I forgot about that.
That's why I'm saying
Brissett gonna
Brissett.
start.
That's why I'm saying
Brissett's
you
gonna
have
start.
Brissett start, and then you just gather up all kinds of picks. I think the Patriots are in perfect position now to ask for a big time haul for that number 3 spot. They're gonna
That's
ask
why
for a
you like
big
Minnesota.
time haul because
If you're, if you're,
Chicago
if you're
just showed
Minnesota, bro,
Chicago just showed they're going number 1 quarterback. It's gonna be Jade. Is it gonna be Jade? Whoever it's gonna be, Jaden, Caleb, or Drake, whoever it is, they're gonna go 1 quarterback. 2, Washington is going quarterback. They just got rid of Sam Howell. You know what I mean? So they're going quarterback. So it's like the only team that still needs a quarterback, but I could see actually like trying to give up for more picks is the Patriots, which it leaves really only one other top 3 quarterback out there, which is why I could see them asking for a big time haul for that number 3 spot from whoever wants to go up to go try to go up to that number 3, which at that point I think is going to cost too much for the Raiders. What I would be willing not to give up to. I wouldn't be willing to give up to that.
I give up our next 3 first. If it means to get Daniels, what about y'all? Gabe agrees with you.
If Daniels is there at 3 and the Patriots are willing to do it, fuck it. I'm willing to do that. But I don't think Daniels with Chicago not going, you know what I mean? If Chicago, especially if Chicago goes Caleb, Jaden is not going past Washington. You know what I mean? And so it's like it's for some fucking crazy reason, Washington decides to in that scenario that Washington decides to go fucking Drake and Jaden is sitting there at 3, then I'm with you, Anthony. I'm winning. I'm down with it. I'm down to do that. Me myself personally. But like it's like fuck man, a lot of a lot of players are a lot of people in the nation too are kind of scared of that shit too because that does give up the next 3 first round picks of your fucking future. I like it because of just the guys you have kind of set in place right now are all kind of young and kind of here for like the a little bit of the future. You know what I mean? So it's like fuck man, and you don't got nothing really. The most expensive position in all of sports right now almost is like the quarterback, and you have really nobody sold up there, which is a bad thing and a good thing because you'll still have the money to go out if somebody becomes available. But
Yeah, I'm glad you think that way. You're making some sense now, Gabe. Gabe, instead of fuck them pigs. You wanted to give up first, second, the next 4 years to get
no,
this
4
thing.
years, 4 years, no,
Yeah.
no. I would
I
say
was telling you that. I was telling you that it has to go all the way to
second,
2026.
if we go first, second, third this year or next year, I'm willing to do it.
Wow. Now then, what team are we gonna have picking at the 4th round for the next 2 years?
Bro, you could find a way to trade maybe one of your other guys that's, decides to become good, but you want to move them. You know what I mean? Like you can franchise, and then you maybe move back up into the 2nd round with like unfortunate to say, but you could trade a guy like a fucking Kuntz, in the offseason if he balls out. You know what I mean? Obviously you want to keep him, but if you want to go out and get a 2nd round pick, receive another 2nd round pick or something like that, then you could trade him for something like you could. There's ways to, like, especially with experienced GMs, that they can find a way maybe to get back in and somehow try to get back into to one of these drafts, at least into the first round somehow. You know what I mean? So it's like that would be for the later on for us to worry about, I think. But now I think we would fix the problem that we've been trying to fix for a long time. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know it sounds steep, but at the end of the day, bro, like, I think we need that shit. Like that, I think that we need that type of to try to go up, because in other words, the only way we're gonna try to go get up another quarterback that's a top pick in any draft, we're gonna have to have another losing season. So one way or another, it's which way do you want to give up picks to go up? Which way do you want to go up to the front of the draft? Do you want to have a losing season and possibly pick a next franchise quarterback that way in the upcoming years, or do you want to give up some picks and maybe changing the rest of your franchise now because you have some guys in place?
Maybe losing some picks. You're talking major quality player picks, though, Gabe. First,
Okay,
seconds, and thirds here.
but John makes a perfect thing right there. Look, if Ziegler pulls that trigger last year and doesn't fucking say shit to fucking McDaniels, how good are the Raiders right now if we have CJ Stroud?
Different offense. CJ probably wouldn't have had the same year he had at Houston. I can almost guarantee you that.
But he was just a baller, right? Because he was a guy that kept plays alive, and he had if he had fucking, he was gonna make it work with fucking with Jacoby and Da out there. For me, he would have made it work with Jacoby and Da out there, which would have still been bittersweet because I think it would have kept it would have kept McDumbfuck here.
Well, if he would have had a good season, he wouldn't have got. We were even 1 or 2 games better. He wouldn't have lost his job. Maybe the locker room shit. Maybe the locker room shit probably would have came up exposed later.
That would have been the worst part of it. But like, I'm just talking, like, even if you just want to take that out of the equation, just like the mere fact that was on the board last year, like that type of a pick was on the board last year, and they didn't pull the trigger. So it's like, sometimes that's why I'm just saying, like, of course nobody wants McDaniels here or anything like that, but like, sometimes I'm just saying you gotta sometimes pull the trigger if you feel that that's your dude up there, dog. Like, what's enough picks at the end of the day if you get the right guy?
So would you agree if Caleb drops, would you move up to get Caleb?
Yes.
To that 7, 8.
Yes.
As much shit as you're talking about Caleb right now. USC guy, quarterback.
He's that good. He's that good. He has he's the number one talent. His attitude is fucking fucked up, but it might be when like, it's like he has that. He has
and,
the
all
talent.
we're gonna say, Gabe, is AP gonna straighten him out. AP's gonna straighten him out. His college coach that he's been with for years couldn't straighten him out.
Yeah, but he's not gonna. He's been in there with dudes that are inferior to him with money wise and all of that shit, bro. He goes in there talking to Max Crosby about you don't get no eye contact. Max Crosby's gonna put him up against his fucking locker and fucking make his ass fucking look at him. Like, bitch, you look at me when you're talking to me. Bitch, like, bro, that shit will not work in that locker room. That shit will
That's
not
exactly
work.
what I want. That's exactly what I want, bro. Because that's exactly what I want as my number one defensive guy calling his quarterback a bitch.
No, that wouldn't work.
There's something
What I'm
wrong there.
saying is that he knows that like that's something he's just saying right now to make it look good and shit like that. But he knows that he ain't gonna go into that locker room talking that shit like that.
Then don't pick him. That's why he's gonna
I mean,
drop.
nah, he don't go past two. Like I said, he don't go past Washington.
Yeah. But what if
If he is
Washington are
doing
thinking the same thing?
something,
What the fuck is
because
this
if
guy
he is
talking
doing
about? Don't look
something,
him.
no, I think he's in like super talks with Washington. Like I'm doing all of this because I'm like literally falling to you, motherfuckers. I'm doing everything I can so Chicago won't pick me at one.
You think McLaren's gonna take that shit from him?
Who?
Scary Terry, you think Scary Terry's gonna take that shit from a rookie in Washington?
I think that's just, but I think that's why I'm saying I think that's all part of the show of him trying to go to number two. Like, I think that's already like a said thing, and I think he's gonna go. The first thing he's gonna do when he gets drafted by them, he's gonna go in there and say, "Hey, the plan was always to be here. I'm here.
And
I respect you, motherfucker." He's gonna have to say some shit like that because everybody in that fucking locker room is gonna go in there with the eyebrow raised, dog. Like, what did you say again? That you ain't gonna give nobody eye contact? Like, people are gonna be like, guys in this team are gonna, feel a certain way. But like, that's why I know all of this shit is to play into his hands to where he ain't like he's not a stupid dude either, dog. Like, I think he's gonna go in there and the first thing he's gonna do is apologize to whatever team he gets fucking drafted to.
then he's really a bitch then.
He's gonna do that shit
Wouldn't
because
want him
that
on my
shit.
team.
But that's definitely now something you want to hear. Like, you don't like these motherfuckers have already been in the league, but they don't deserve your eye contact supposedly.
Typical USC shit. But anyways,
Ah,
Dolphins for life. Thank you for the $5 spot, man. Always good, bro. He says Raider Gabe cooking Coach Gravy tonight. The only other time Coach Gravy got cooked was when he thought AFC was gonna beat the Dolphins. Bullshit. We're gonna beat the Dolphins this year. We're gonna smack. We're gonna smack you down.
now
We're planning on
we're
getting
gonna
to that game.
we're gonna be good. I think there's still a lot of optimism though going forward. Like, there's still a lot of things to move. I think that I like the money that's still open and available. But when any type of guy becomes available, I think we can be a top player into getting one of these guys that is gonna be eventually, released. I think that we're gonna be big players in trying to go get that next franchise guy in this quarter in this draft, bro. Like, I still don't like that's still my total belief in this draft. So like, I just there's still a lot of room for optimism, especially with that first day, dog. Like, that right there had me. It keeps making me think back. Like, as much as I get upset at the end of the day when we haven't been making moves. You know what I mean? And some days, like in this last week where we didn't make any moves. Like, you know what I mean? The last couple of days, yeah, John Jenkins, Adam Butler, that was cool. Great, actually. But I just think back to for the first day. You know what I mean? We got fucking the best defensive tackle available in free agency. You know what I mean? The best defensive tackle to actually hit free agency. So we got him, and that shit right there was just like it literally made the best part of our defense stronger. You know what I mean? And literally our defense is what carried us when actually our defenses would actually give AP this job, if you really want to call it at the end of the day. Is the reason why AP kind of kept his job. You know what I mean? Because of his influence on the defense, his you know what I mean? Like, he's a defensive minded type of coach. So I think that's that defense and adding that type of guy to the defense, it speaks volumes to like the first day of free agency. the rest of the days, you know what I mean, getting rid of Josh Jacobs, you know what I mean, like losing you know what I mean, Illuminor, which I've never really liked Illuminor. I mean, a lot of people did see that as a big loss, but I would say that the Josh Jacobs was sad. I mean, it's unfortunately he couldn't be back. I mean, unfortunately that they fucking couldn't come to terms or whatever that whatever happened. You know what I mean? It's like that's for a fucking when it's all said and done, we'll see. We'll look back on his career and we'll see like he'll most likely always have his better years. I think with the Raiders. So, but
Let me get to this.
you know that
Mark Carbone, man. Thanks for the 5 spot,
we're
bro.
going to be good this year. I think it's still a lot. I think like on six said earlier, dog. I think it's still incomplete. I think there's still some moves to be made, especially with the releasings of Hoyer and like Jimmy G and fucking Renfro. Like those releases are like kind of tell me that there's still something cooking. There's still something cooking for sure. And Mark Carbone, thank you, dog. Thank you for the 4.99 for sure. He
Yeah, man.
says let's move up to the 4. Give the corners picks and a player. I'd be happy with May or McCarthy. Yeah. Need to be aggressive. Your thoughts? I like the aggressive of going up to 4. I don't know what it's gonna take to go up to 4. It's gonna take it's gonna take a lot of picks to go up to any top 5 position. But May or McCarthy, I'm going for sure. For sure, I'm going May. Like I've already said, I don't even want to go McCarthy and fucking at 13. So like for damn sure I wouldn't go McCarthy at 4. I would go for sure May if May was available at 4. But I'm not sure if that's the type of guy that they want to trade up for anyway. Like you know what I mean? A full like if you're trading up to 4, those are the type of picks that happen during the draft anyway. When like teams are on the clock, like the only really like pre-draft picks that are picked like that high are always the first pick. You know what I mean? The big haul for the first pick, it's done a couple days before the draft or something like that, just because the team that got desperate came up and gave a big ass haul. You know what I mean, or something like that. But other than that, like shit just comes off the fly. Like when other teams come off, like say the first round, the first pick is, the Chicago throws a curveball and they go, hypothetically they go Marvin Harrison Jr. still, and like they throw everybody out of a loop, and they're like, what the fuck? They was for sure thought that they were gonna go quarterback. Then that's when teams start calling up for damn sure they start calling up, the Patriots and the Cardinals and shit like that because what I mean, teams that maybe didn't like were on the fringe of maybe calling up are now all in on calling up because some teams will throw curveballs like that allow teams to still, kind of maybe change their mind on the fly. So like those are still gonna be wait and see, you know what I mean, on draft day. Like if guys start falling, you maybe see like maybe the Raiders don't trade up to 3, but if there's some curveballs early, then who knows? The Raiders maybe trade up to 5, 6, and then that's gonna be the real question on draft day, dog, because it always happens. That's one
And
thing
that's when you
that's
start talking
always
about JJ. That's when you start talking about JJ and Bo Nix.
that's kind of one of those like where they say like what I mean, they say there's only 2 things guaranteed: death and taxes. But almost a guarantee now is like that there's gonna be a curveball early in the draft too. Like it's like death, taxes, and a curveball in the fucking early in the draft, dog, in the NFL draft, because every year there's one. Every year there's
No,
one.
Dolphins for life left you a message right there, just to say what's up in the chat. You see it, Gabe?
What happened?
Dolphin for life left you a message right there.
Oh man. No. I like the weed. I don't know about the bean.
I had to, yo, Loon. I had to. I was upset when Jacobs left. I hope you were because I'm not satisfied with
I was upset. I was
Zamir.
upset. Like, but I'm not going to dwell on it either, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I am upset. Don't get me wrong. Like, that dude was like he had to go. He had to do what he did. I always just thought about it in the other sense of like the money was almost similar, dog. Like, there has to be something like that they didn't get along or something like with Telesco coming in or something up because it's just weird, like the way it played out. You know what I mean? And then him talking about the loyalty shit and all of that shit. So the numbers must have not been even close or something, but it's just a weird situation how that kind of like turned out. But that's why I won't say like fuck him, but like I will say fuck him in the sense of like he ain't a Raider no more. He's with the fucking he's with the Packers now. So you know what I mean? I'll never wish that he gets hurt or anything like that. I hope he actually does good in the NFC. You know what I mean? But every time he plays the Raiders, I hope I hope he just has 0 yards. You know what I mean? I hope he has 20 carries and -5 yards. So every time he plays the Raiders. So, but as far as whenever he's not playing the Raiders, I hope he has a great season, dog.
I think we should have tried a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm thinking
but
there's something else to it. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, there's something else
it's
wrong.
just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird the way it planned out. Like, I don't know. Like, it had to have something to do with like maybe rub the fucking even Mark Davis the wrong way, and he told Telesco like to do something probably. Like, I don't know, dog, because it didn't sound like to me. It don't sound like it was AP's doing like trying to get rid of him, but he really hasn't said anything about it or anything like that too. But I look like it was from the top. That looked like that's who's holding the money type, decision type shit. You know what I mean?
Or maybe his situations was Eckler and Jacobs, two different type backs, but maybe his money situation with Eckler probably rubbed because all these running backs they talking to each other. They
It
probably
just looks
rubbed the
weird,
wrong
dog.
way.
It just looks weird.
It's weird.
I don't know.
And then
It looks weird
especially
to
because
me.
Jacobs didn't say nothing about the Raider Nation. I haven't seen nothing, and we dug this dude. You know, we were pissed off. We were pissed off because he wanted
But
so
fuck
much
it.
money and
Yeah,
then
fuck it.
signed the tag and all this stuff. But this year was the year where he was supposed to get down, and I don't think there was a real threat with Zamir and him. They just wanted to see he was injured, and it threw Zamir in there, and then Zamir got to work. That doesn't mean that Zamir is going to be the best running back that came after Josh Jacobs. You know, we knew what Josh Jacobs was already, and he put that foundation down that you got to watch out for Josh Jacobs. Ain't no defense. I can guarantee you this gonna be putting in 8-man boxes for Zamir White.
We
Maybe
let
later.
like we did say that we were signing our own, but we've literally let half of our free agents that from our own team go, and half of them we re-signed. Like, we signed our own, we didn't really re-sign our own. Like, we let go of a lot of them even said the heartbeat and Josh. They let
I'm the
go
coach.
of a Luminor who was a starter. I mean, as much as some people hated him, which is including me, you know what I mean? He was a starter. They let go of Luminor. You know what I mean? They let go of, you know, Hillary Nichols, Amik, shit, man. Renfro, like it's just a lot of guys that they were like that didn't really get re-signed. I mean, Renfro was a release, so like, but I'm talking about guys that hit free agency. Like Amik, I mean, Bilal Nichols. I mean, I think those guys were written on the wall. I think especially with fucking the signing of Wilkins, but I just think we've letting a lot of guys go like right now to like, and we haven't made a lot of other moves. So what is the plan right now? Like later on in this draft, like it's incomplete. You know what I mean? It's incomplete. We've been saying it.
Big
Got to make
incomplete.
some more.
and I just made another position open that we're suspect about. To me, you know, who's what happens to Zamir White if he goes down?
That's why we're gonna trap the running back.
But he's still a rookie, Gabe. He's still a rookie.
Yeah, but that's cool. Rookies be balling, dog.
Yeah, a lot of men. If I'm a running back, you don't get talent like Bejan or Gibbs, like they got mixed in from the get go. Your starter wasn't at training camp. Your starter didn't this because his decision was that, and I completely blame JJ for that, for missing all that time, and it showed. It showed in the beginning of the season.
It's gonna be fucking Amir Abdullah, though. Amir Abdullah.
Get yourself a Amir Abdullah jersey. What are you, 22?
Nah,
I'll take Bejan in a minute. I'll take Bejan in a minute. But JJ was a he established what he needed to do right up the get go, and then this is all suspect attitude from JJ. At least hey, thank you nation, something like that.
I'm
We
going.
were
You know where
rooting
I
for
would
this
go?
dude.
You know who I would go in the second or third or even fourth round? I'd go Dylan Johnson from Washington, running back from Washington. That's a dude that I think could come in here and ball out, dog. I think that's a good ass running back right there. Try to get him in the fourth, fifth round. That's a guy I like. 6 feet, 220. I like that dude.
I like them 235, 240 pound guys.
220, and that dude plays like a 230, 240 pound. Like Dylan Johnson, the way I've seen that fool play, I like that dude. I like Dylan
But,
Johnson.
but Washington's offense was so complex. The running game was just what we do
But
now. He might fit in right now. You know what I mean? He might fit in right now. But I've seen the guy a little bit, but I just when you see Trey Benson and you see that guy from Wisconsin, and they just pop out, bro. Pop out. They're
I
gonna
like.
get busy in the
I think I watched a lot of Pac-12 football. Probably. I like Dylan Johnson, man. Dylan Johnson played hurt, SoCal. He played hurt and still fucking finished that game, dog. Like it's like that dude. That's what I like about him, dog. Like that dude wouldn't pull out of the game, even hurt, fucked up ankle, everything, dog. Like he still played. You know what I mean? And he's just gonna get. I don't know. I like that dude. I like Dylan Johnson. He's great. That dude's he's fast. He runs in between the tackles. I like Dylan Johnson. Especially if you
We'll
could
see
go
how
late
fast.
with him.
We'll see how fast he is, Gabe.
Let's see.
How fast do you think he is?
4.5.
We'll see. And this is becoming. Let's get Charles Dingleberry from the University of Phoenix. That's Loons. That's Loons number one back. Dingleberry. Can you imagine that in the back of a jersey? Jacobs ran a 4.6. I doubt that. Did he?
And he ran a 4.6. Dylan Johnson ran a 4.6.
Trey Benson and these dudes running 4.4s, bro. That's a back. That's a back. But Adrian Peterson's a good. I haven't seen the dude.
I like
I
Dylan
will.
Johnson though.
I will. That this is connected to a wood job, but this is connected to low show. So
I'm
he
just
has
saying
the
because
controls.
Jay Benson and all those guys, they're gonna go early second, possibly third. I'm talking about later on in the draft. These are the type of running backs you could probably go with. You know what I mean? Like these guys are gonna be probably picked later on in the draft. So I wanna, address, offensive line, better than and quarterback. If I'm gonna go address the offense first, then I'm addressing quarterback and offensive line first before I hit quarterback before I hit running back. So that's why I'm saying if you're gonna go Trey Benson, you're not gonna be able to address running back and offensive line first, and then try to get a Trey Benson in the third, fourth round.
Trey Benson got clocked at 4.39.
Who?
Trey Benson, Florida State.
4.39. Exactly. He's not gonna be unless you want to go real early and pick him. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go second round fucking running back, dog. Like I don't want to do that. I want to go first round. You know me, I want to go running back. I mean, I want to go quarterback, but if anything, let's go offensive tackle. If you do stay at 13, and then let's try to,
Oh, no, I'm not saying get a running back number one. I'm just saying second.
No, but even in second round, like if okay, say they fall, say like it does for some reason, it somehow plays out that Bo Nix and Trey Benson are available. Who are you going with in the second round?
Say that again, Gabe. I'm sorry.
If you have a Bo Nix or a Trey Benson in the second round, who are you going with?
With Minshew there, Trey
Yeah.
Benson.
Damn.
It's a need.
I'm going Bo. I'm going
Look,
Bo.
look at where football's going, bro.
I'm going with Bo.
Trade up, give up your third, trade up back to 44 or 50 something, get Bo. Fuck them picks. Fuck them third, fourth, fifth round picks. That's what I'm saying. Not first, second, and third, bro.
Trey Benson,
For the next 4 years, 3 years.
So if you go out and get a offensive tackle in the first round, you get Trey Benson in the second round, you're willing to go with Minshew?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You
That's what that's what
the
the second tier started. That's what the second tier started. Third round.
If you get a Benson and you could get like a Fuaga in the first round, I'm down with that. If you can pull that type of shit off, that I'm willing to go with Minshew then. And really go late, fourth round, fifth round, because that's where he's projected to go. Travis Jordan, maybe, and have him develop.
Because to me, Gabe, I think Bo Nix is just another Minshew. So you're kind of getting the same thing, but younger.
A little bit younger.
But Mitchell already has it. And we already dig the vibes that Minshew setting off as far as locker room is concerned, because that was our problem. And then now, what you're gonna end up with Bo Nix, you're gonna get from Minshew right off the bat.
Bo Nix is only like 2.5 years younger than Minshew.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's what happens when they go to school for 9 years.
Minshew's
like,
Minshew just turned 27, and Bo Nix will turn 25 in this, like, later on this year. So like so they're like 2 years and months apart.
So Aiden's older than Bo Nix. So he's right there, same age. You're shitting me.
No, he's 25.
Who? AOC?
AOC, they're 2 years apart. Him and Minshew are 2 years apart.
Yes,
Minshew's 27. Minshew's 27. And AOC is 25. Bo Nix is 24 too. He's about to be 25. He'll be 25 in December.
That's what you're gonna get with these COVID kids, though. You can call them. You can't call them super seniors.
Oh, an extra
They're
year. An
they're
extra year.
they probably already graduated from college.
What
That
year?
their eligibility was extra. They played football longer than they were in school, but
I didn't
they're
realize
probably
Minshew was still. Hey, I thought Minshew was in the league for a while already, dog. And he has been fucking, and he's only 27.
been on a lot of teams too. And then we give him a shot. That's all he wants, bro, is a shot to
We'll
start
see.
legit.
Now get us. Okay, I'm with you, that gravy. Okay, I'm signed up. I signed up for your plan right now. Let's see. Do you accept credit card, or what? Like, fuck. Okay, let's go get fucking a fucking offensive tackle at 13, and let's go at 2. If Trey Benson is there, let's go get Trey Benson.
Or the dude from
That
Wisconsin, him or Brandon
that
Allen.
that with your fucking receivers that I think you already have. You got some speed, which I think Trey Tucker's going to be better this year. I think, Mayer's going to be better this year. Harrison Bryant will be a nice added, blocking tight end for us. So it's like, I don't know, man, if you can get a dominant right tackle and then a great, one of these ready to go type of running backs, 4.39, fuck, that shit sounds crazy for what we've seen his sizes. That shit's crazy.
They
So
don't make them like that, bro.
yeah, there exactly. So it's like if you can get something like that and an offensive tackle like that, it's gonna make it a lot easier for teams to be scared of the run game and Minshew to kind of work back there, dog, with his receivers. Or possibly AOC. Never know. You never know.
Here we go with the AOC shit.
I think it's gonna be Minshew too, Gravy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, if I had to put my money on it right now, I'm putting my money on Minshew. But you never know, dog. Like he's gonna get one full year of it. So if he's gonna ever have a year of like, okay, you've had a year of some NFL fucking experience, actual NFL experience, because you didn't just hold a clipboard, you actually got put in the fire and played football against some high level teams. So we'll see how much you take that shit into the offseason. So
Yeah.
like, well, I want to see what he does too, dog. Like, I still haven't. I'm not gonna give up fully on AOC either, dog. So let's see what he can do. See if it pushes him to be even better.
You see, as much as people wanted AOC over Garoppolo, why don't we see the same thing with Minshew? And believe it or not, do you think Minshew is better than Garoppolo?
Uh, that at
What do
this
you think?
point, yeah, but I don't think I would say like last year, like coming in. Last year coming in, I was. I'm not gonna lie, I was more on the train of signing Garoppolo. Although I was like, I've always been like an Uncle Rico fan. I've always said like, hey, let's sign Uncle Rico. Even last year as a backup would have been cool. Like, cause I remember he was available at a certain point. But like, to be honest, like I was still on the train of like maybe giving Jimmy G a chance. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was on here fucking talking shit for him, which I fucking regret to this fucking day. Cause he fucking took a major shit, which I don't even understand how they released him and he only took 1 day to fucking resign. So good luck to the Rams. But like, damn dog, he really proved me wrong. That was for damn sure. So it's like, yeah, he was a winning quarterback, I guess, on paper for with his teams and shit like that. But I don't know what the fuck happened. Really bad. It was really really bad with fucking Jimmy G last year, dog. Like his like happy feet were like craziness, dog. It was just weird. And it just nobody ever thought that he was gonna be that bad. But I just seen Minshew last year though. Like Minshew actually played winning football last year, so I think it's different.
I would have took that winning football than the inconsistent play. Granted, from a rookie, but he played 9 games and he had to learn that Minnesota game. If we had Minshew in that Minnesota game, it would have been a totally different game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Totally different game. Against
Minshew makes some
against
plays out of
against
nothing.
against Kansas City, 3 quarters of no points at all, just defense. Mitchell would have had some scores in there. He would have got around to doing something, moved around, and not got sacked.
Minshew reminds me of like I don't know. I would say to me a little bit better of a better Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, but look at what he's sketched in just like Fitzpatrick, or the kid from but better from Titans that was with the Titans.
Tight. Tannehill?
Yeah,
Oh fuck Tannehill.
yeah,
But even though Tannehill would beat us though.
yeah, they will beat us. And
I
then
went
we
all
even
the way.
shut we
I
even
went all the way to Tennessee for him to beat us, that motherfucker.
we he even had the best running back in the game, and we shut him down. You know, Henry didn't have a good game when we played against him, but
Yeah,
Tannehill beat us with his arm.
yeah.
So we
And
got a guy that
Waller
can do that.
and Waller dropping it in the end zone.
Yep. So let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up emoji if you guys are down with this Minshew starting. And
If
let's
we were
do
able to go, if we're able to go first round tackle, second round
tackle.
dominant running back in like a Trey Benson. Are you down with that plan?
Give me a thumbs up.
And go with the defense that we have, dog.
Who's
Like
down for that?
the
Who's
defense
down
looks
for that?
scary. The defense looks scary. I mean, I know it's you we want to go franchise quarterback, but at this point in time, like we have to build a winner some way. And like if we know that it's gonna take so much to go up, ugh.
That plan works, but we will be the same as last year, maybe. Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think
They will have
so.
a better defense. I think we're gonna have a defense that's gonna perform the whole year, which that's gonna count for at least a couple more wins early. You know what I mean? And then I think you got a quarterback that whoever starts is going to be better than what we had them at last year, whether it's AOC or Minshew, because Minshew's gonna make AOC better, and then because Minshew's already like a fringe starter. You know what I mean? So it's like if whoever wins that position, if those are the guys that you decide to go with, regardless, I think the quarterback position is going to be better this year. Now, I think
Mhm.
the running game is what you're going to have to account for, which is that's why I want to go. I'm with that plan of maybe going running back kind of high, and if you can assure your right side of the line, which we've kind of been needing for years now, damn that looks scary, man, because we have weapons on the outside. We'll have another dominant, I think, run game because you won't even have to like put all of the pressure on the young running back, even because you do still have a Zamir White. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
kind of has a little bit of confidence still coming into this season. So like, having a guy like that with two guys like that, and then I think Minshew. I don't know, man. Minshew is not I think the is gonna be the savior or anything like that, but I think he's a guy that can hold it down, man. I think he can hold it down especially for a dominant. I think what I see, in our future, a dominant defense for at least the foreseeable future for now, while we have those type of guys on our defensive line.
One thing that Minshew does that we have problems with, even with AOC. AOC was better at it, but what was red zone? Now we have a defense game. Oh, Let me put this out, Gabe. Is this somewhat related to you right here on this $5? See Gabe go. You
No,
got a relation with this person? Oh, got
he,
see Gabe go. Thank you for the $5 spot. I kept it up there for a minute. Sorry it was so late, but they digging you.
I have a feeling going into next year, our weakest position will be QB, but will be built everywhere else. Okay,
And
I
that's what I'm
agree, man.
getting
I
into.
agree.
And that's what I'm getting into right now. If we have a dominating defense, and just like what everybody's doing right now to win Super Bowls, is all we're gonna expect Minshew to do is to hand the ball off and not make mistakes. Now I'm not in depth with Minshew if he does that. He's a little bit of a gunslinger, but that's more under duress. And sometimes he's gonna have those situations. Every quarterback does where they're gonna make mistakes. There's not one quarterback in the league that has zero interceptions. So if we're gonna sit here and say, nah, Minshew ain't running late because he's not a big name, but that's what we want to do. We want Minshew to not make mistakes, medium passes. If this is the team we're gonna be, what what AP has said is get the ball deep, not make mistakes, and run the football. That puts me right in Minshew's game right there. We got the right quarterback that's been there for a while and has done it for several teams already as a backup. Kind of reminds me of what's his name, man. Fuck.
Rich Gannon.
Yeah, of that situation right there. Snatching from a team that always beat us, you know, couldn't get over, couldn't beat Kansas City when Alex Smith was there. Then we get Gannon, you know. Well, they had Joe Montana. Gannon was back up to Joe Montana, but he wasn't going to play. Gruden snatched him up. Gruden snatched him up. Became prime time. Gannon didn't make mistakes until he was in the Super Bowl. But hand off the ball to them two backs that we had that were dominant offensive line, and we had a really good defense that year too.
Yeah.
Those 3-4 years that we were in the AFC Championship games, the Super Bowl running, we had a damn good defense. Charles Woodson was there. We had Seymour was there. It was just badass. Kind of what we're getting right now. So that's the type of football that I see us getting into with AP. Not throwing it all over the place, being like, having these three great receivers like Cincinnati and Minnesota and all these other teams that are it's risky when you put the ball up in the air that many times, and then you got a great quarterback. But hey,
Yeah.
Josh Allen needs to run his ass off sometimes. You know what I mean? He needs to save his team sometimes. Basically, that's why they can't get over the hump, bro. But if we could just get a guy that could do that, and I think Minshew could do that, and it might take us over the top to get in the playoffs. Maybe win this division. And if AOC and that defense could beat Kansas City, shit, Minshew has to.
Has to.
He has to.
Yeah.
You might see some good things next year, man. I'm confident in Minshew. I'm getting more and more confident talking about it.
I like it. I like it. But I want to see some good, better. We got to see some other moves. Though. I think it's set up for it though, because the money. I think the money being kind of opened up. The money that's being opened up. You know what I mean? I think it's just setting up for some type of move, either a little bit down the line when guys get released or something like that. Because something is still like with that type of money available. It's that they're definitely not sitting on their hands. They're not just like, oh, they wouldn't be in a rush to like either like restructure like Jacoby Myers' contract and like do shit like that without something in mind. So I think there's still other things that I want to see like done, but like I think it's gonna be done, dog. Like, because I think also too think some money is still not available till post June, even though they've already been released or something like that. So I think that money's still gonna be, available down the line. But we'll see. We'll see how shit works out. But the
Yeah, but how
we have
long? How?
the draft we have to hit it out the ballpark. Like
Yeah,
that draft has to be something that we have to look to be like, okay, now we only need 'cause now say after the draft we hit what we want to hit on, you know what I mean, and we still got some money left over because what I mean, we did right in the draft, so it's like those post June drops and all of that stuff, you can start picking players off. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, like because other guys are gonna start seeing, like, especially if you hit in the draft and with already like a some of the moves that you've already kind of done in free agency, then especially if you hit like on a quarterback or a running back and shit like that, like bro, there's post June 1st, if you still got any money left, you're going to be like one of the first teams that guys are going to be looking to, like, oh shit, they've made some big moves this offseason. You know what I mean? So I think there's still a lot of things that like that to look forward to, which I think they're setting themselves up for.
man, I agree. I agree. Like the way you talking right now, Gabe. Shoot, couple of hits in you, bro. Start changing your mind a little bit. That's good, bro. So no T-shirt then. No T-shirt. Fuck the pigs, right? Or is that
No,
still in the
yeah, not
plans?
yet. No, no, no. No, that has to
Nah.
be like only like I'll have it on the reserve, like right there. Like you say, if it gets to like 5 or 6, and guys that like there's still quarterbacks left, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna put that shirt on now. I'm gonna put that fucking shirt on. You know what I mean? But like at this point, it's like it looks like it's not gonna come
Hey,
out
if it doesn't pan out, we could go get Dion's son, bro. We could give up everything for Dion's son
next year.
next year.
Fucking Shador
You think that?
or that fool Ewers from fucking Texas. He looks like he's gonna be
Nah.
good.
Hey, someone might come
Ewers,
up, dude. Just
you
like
never know.
I don't even know who Jaden Daniels was until last year.
Oh, I know he was. I know he was because he went down. He went to high school down the street from where I went, where I was
Oh, he
living
was
at.
an LA guy. He was an LA guy.
No, San Bernardino.
Then why did he go to? Did he go to USC or something?
He went to Arizona State. He went to Poly, but he was
Oh, he
like
played at
he went
Poly.
to, yeah, but he was from San Bernardino, and then he fucking went. He got recruited to go play at Long Beach Poly, and then he fucking played out there, and then he fucking, and then he ended up
So
playing
he
at
was
fucking.
with AP at high school, and then went to Arizona State with him. So their relationship is that cool, high school and college. Or
Well, I
was
think he
it? Or
recruited
was
him out
AP?
of high. I think he
He
recruited
recruited
him out
him.
of high school. I think because he went to school in San Bernardino. He went to school in San
Mm.
Bernardino and went to San Bernardino, and then he went to Arizona State. At Poly, he had other guys at Poly. He had Jack Jones, right? Jack
Yeah.
Jones went to Poly.
So
If I'm not-
did he play with did he play with IU
Yes,
and Rasheed White?
yeah.
Nah, that's a super team right there in the NFL, bro. They didn't do no damage. They didn't beat
Well, they all
USC.
they fucking got investigated, I think, or something like that. Something they got in trouble, and then fucking Jaden Daniels fucking transferred out. Ayuk got drafted because Ayuk wasn't recruited by them. Ayuk was already there, but he was there but like he was already, I think, like a junior. He was already in his last year.
And his mom can't get it. Call me stepdad. Loon. Loon is
Uh,
Jaden Daniels' stepdaddy.
we've been on here for 3 fucking hours. I fucking gotta go fucking bed already.
All right, yeah,
Yeah,
man. I didn't even notice the time, bro.
real. I gotta go to
Way
bed.
after.
Gotta go to work at fucking 5.
All right, we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it. But everybody, thank you for being on the show with us. Got some real good um knowledge from Gabe and Auntie Six, and I hope myself. Normally, normally I get pissed off, but Lowe's not in. No, Lowe's not in today to piss me off. So I just listened to what Gabe and them said, and I'm glad I'm glad, I'm glad I kind of switched them over to the Minshew side of things because that's the best quarterback we got.
Yep. Right now.
So
Right now.
I want to thank everybody for being here. Shout out to the 112, 115 people that was on with us. Make sure you sub to each of our channels. Raider Gay 420, Coach Gravy, that's me. Raider Nation Live, Dirty Low, that's he's not here today. He's working. We call him DJ Khaled tonight. We got a bunch of DJ names. You got a bunch of club names. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you tell a friend to watch us. We're on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday nights. As the season gets closer, we're going to talk more about the draft. Probably do some mocks. I hate to say it, but I really don't like doing mocks. But we said we were going to do them after free agency, but we really didn't do that much in free agency. So there's really not to see what we got in mock drafts. So a lot of people were telling us to do a mock draft, just me and you in the chat game, but I don't know how to get on that shit with on my own. I do, but it's probably the same. But I don't know if you wanted to do it. But I want to thank everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for being here and sticking out with us. You guys
Doing
have
the
a
next
wonderful
show.
night. Yeah, we'll let Low manage that stuff. He's the decorated uh, chosen one for this. So I don't know how to do it. I just talk football. But thanks everybody. God bless you. Have a wonderful night. And
Yes,
let's do it
sir.
again like we always do, Gabe. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Raiders. Peace out, everybody. In that
Yes,
ass.
sir, man. 3 hours.